watch? You go to bed? Easier. There's not a map right now. You're doing yeah, there's no map for this.
No
So,
maps.
yeah,
Wait, be back in a second.
issue that just it. Sure, getting everybody. They don't. That's it. You know. Yeah, as we press the button going down, there is a light mist. Like taking them in my hand.
I don't think he's getting out of bed. Stays asleep.
I don't think, like, he's just, like, you go to kick him and he's laughing. He's just like,
Yeah, pretty much. Tried to wake him
I'm
up
gonna
three
go collect
times.
him.
Put one together,
And then I'm
makeshift out
looking
of tree
for the
trunks.
wagon. Around, see if I can wagon around. Okay, that's fine. What you were gonna be doing?
Oh, I wasn't gonna be doing anything other than waking up.
Okay. Fitting plan. He going by himself.
I mean,
Look,
you put it that way, it sounds like someone needs to go with him.
I mean, like, maybe I don't know. Got a better idea, but right? You're at yeah, fine. I see. That's what you guys are like walking out, getting out of the line, and you see a just kind of standing off the side with a. He's just watching you. Like I'm gonna wave, big smile. The wave and go up. Hi, what are you doing in my bar? Just leave, and we just uh, we're just sitting at class. We're coming there, huh? We just again we tried. Have a wagon. Have to find a horse to carry it. You know, uh, life is a thing. Even more difficult. Long story, my horse died at age and made enough money to replace everything.
What's the cost of replacing your horse?
You'll be about uh, uh,
Where would you go get this horse from?
probably go to the yard. Be what about this? You go and procure and if you possibly have a couple sides, we restock off. I mean, if you can give you a ride if you have anything better to do. Wait for the potatoes to a tree. Oh yeah, there's a tree like behind the barn. The I want the wagon.
I think the main point here though, we need the wagon to get the sleeping jackass to the next town. He doesn't have a horse that could pull the wagon.
We could do the sleeping.
I tried that.
Oh yeah.
He's hanging out again and trying this out. Casting some. Hanging out.
We just like right around it.
Yes.
We'll do this.
Spirit. Strong. Wasting a long bond with sharing an inside space with him. Takes the. I choose me a camel.
Mastiff. Mastiff.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are all kind of talking about what you'll do, like to and slip Ulin into something to do it, or trying to wake him up while Ulin is just kind of snoozing. And then sometime later, maybe like 10 or 11 minutes, Helena comes walking back from the tree line with a magnificent black steed. Its coat is perfect, its hair is long, and it seems to be very aware of itself.
Can I eat it?
No.
Damn it.
The horse hides
Okay.
behind Helena.
The horses would probably just sort of like give Prez the exact same kind of look Helena gives him when he says something that she's like, no.
Does it have like
So-
obvious arcana about it?
Yeah. I mean,
Like glowing eyes or anything like that?
they would have like a, like, I think it's like, in my head, I'm sorry, Nick, it was a sort of like a dappled gray and white with blue eyes. So it looks.
I don't want you to apologize for describing what you created, so
I
Totally
actually
fine.
have a picture that I will just drop in the chat of kind of what they look like. Boom, boom, boom. They look adorable.
Does not look
Oh,
magical
that-
at all.
What?
Does
it
not
just
look
looks like a
magical
normal
at all.
horse.
But it will have pale glowing blue eyes.
I was gonna say, does it have like sweet flames on the side? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It's got a racing stripe, yeah.
Yeah. So soft glowing blue eyes look down at you as Krez, as you say, "Can I eat it?" And it just kind of like stares back at you, kind of in a familiar sense that you've felt many times by now. And what do you guys want to do now? Then you have your horse.
And she'll look
And
at the
the-
farmer and just be like, "I will. You, how much for your cart? You said 50 gold will get you a new horse."
50 gold will get me a new horse, but what will I do without my cart?
I'm sure you can find a new cart. She will hand over 60 gold total. Hmm.
All right. So he takes your 60 gold, and he kind of looks you over and says, "Oh, fine, if that's what you want."
It's what they want. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have a horse that you control, and you will also have a cart which can carry a weight up to 200 pounds.
Okay.
You'll at least be able to carry Ulan.
For sure.
Who's
Guys
happens
and
to be-
I'll just like toss him in the back.
Not gently
Just like-
either.
just like huck him in the back, heave ho style.
Basically.
Yeah, he might have a concussion now, but it's okay.
Not my problem.
All right.
Is he showing up at all, or do we not know?
I tried waking his ass up. He ain't moving. But he might show
Okay.
up later if he wakes up.
Okay.
He did like an 18-hour session with my roommate on Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
as
Adds
you
Ulan to the inventory of the cart. No, I'm joking.
one Ulan,
One
200-pound weight. Nice. So you guys take your what do you name your horse, by the way?
Lucador.
All right, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that.
It's
You
okay.
take
It
your-
means fighter in Spanish. So
So you take your new horse and your cart carrying the precious cargo, quote unquote. You make your way to the west, traveling to the vastness of Faerun, a lot of which are vast new discoveries for a little bit of the group, but the rest of you, it is more like a jaunt back home. Your mind just kind of untensioning now that you don't feel like you're in constant danger of being taken out by anything in the darkness of the Underdark. But also in the back of your minds, you sit and think of what horrors might arise soon, as you've now some of you have encountered at least 2 demon princes who already are waging war or working towards bringing their sort of infection to the surface.
Nasty mushroom people.
gross.
Yeah, and as you
About the
guys,
Doom of Bloomin'.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Don't forget about the Doom of Bloom.
That's true.
Somebody we were supposed to warn?
That's where I am headed, yes.
All right. So, and as you guys are heading west towards Neverwinter, I'm betting that all of you have something different on your mind.
Yeah.
What do you think Argyle would be thinking at this point, moving west?
He's probably thinking of all that loot we lost on Simple Simon's body.
Yeah, that'll be something. So I'll be sitting there, kind of just trying to think about the person that I have to go find and assassinate, and I'll be like a little bit stressed about that. And then in the back of my mind, I'll be like, and then there's that loot that we left behind. Yeah.
Nick's fault.
Hello?
Howdy ho.
My headset's being all weird.
Right, the first like 10,
Oh,
12 minutes of this video recording is not going to have Discord volume because I didn't switch to the right scene on my OBS.
yay! Wonderful. So, yeah, thinking of the duties that you have to fulfill to gain favor back to from a cursed deity. Panning over it from the camera to Krez. What do you think Krez is thinking at this moment?
He's got 4 more dragons to go kill. And a giant fucking dog. And cake.
Okay.
Lots of cake.
And cake.
I feel like Krez would still be thinking, I wonder what this horse tastes like.
tastes
Probably.
like magic.
Still think about eating the horse.
It tastes like magic. And panning over of the scene of all of you walking, we cut to someone that's probably just flapping along beside. But part of me likes to think that Lithius would be riding Cogsworth. Part of me thinks that. But
No, you
what do you
guys
think?
have seen Lithius smiling like nonstop since you guys hit the surface. Even during the fight with the hags, he was still smiling. And after that, he's been flying up into the sky as much as he can. He's under the pretense of scouting and stuff, but he's just loving having open sky. So yeah, he's just been flying.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. I like that. Just enjoying the free sky in the room like he once was before. And then panning back down to the ground, we would pan down to Had Waters. You did not spend a lot of time in the Underdark, but of the little brush that you did have, what do you think Had Waters is thinking at this point?
About how he's going to explain the fact that Simon the Simple, right, is no more, right? And he's thinking about whether or not that bone he took from that nest will be a good pass off as one of Simon the Simple's bones. Right?
Oh, okay. Kind of like thinking, like, oh fuck, what am I going to tell them? I hope they believe this.
One of the bones, though.
And then finally, it pans over to Helena atop this steed. What do you think she's thinking at this point as you head west?
I think with the like each low branch, she'll just like reach up and like pluck a leaf and just sort of like study it. And like there's this part of her that wants to be like, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? But she's like, she's reining in like all of the curiosity and all of the wonderment, just because she's like, I have a task to fulfill. I cannot be distracted by all of this that's happening. Like, but like, dude, there's like purple flowers or like a yellow flower or like green on the trees, and like, so like it's a very overwhelming and like very, yeah, there's like, it's super, it's like being in a loud room after.
What time of year is it?
Yeah.
At this time of year, it is summertime.
Oh yes.
I'm like picturing you like Jack Skellington, like your comic pose on the outside, but on the inside you're like, what's this? What's this?
What's this?
There's magic
Yeah.
in the air.
Basically, like she's like trying really, really hard not to just sort of like be overwhelmed by all of it, and like be like sort of let everybody else see how much like she's affected by the fact that they are on the surface.
Like, I get the feeling in your imagination that like a little bit of wildlife comes towards you, and you're immediately like defensive.
Yes, exactly. She's like, this is because like almost everything is trying to kill you in the Underdark. Like, you know, it's like a fucking squirrel, and she's like, that's a stab, you know, and like, of course, then you've got like Krez, who's like, you can probably eat this, yes, you know what I mean? So,
You absolutely need it.
but
A
like,
little ladybug lands on you and you think it's going to kill you, you know?
yeah, because that's the way it is in like the Underdark, or like even in like, you know, places that she's been that are other than that. There's like there's nothing like with color or with like depth, and everything is.
Don't go getting soft on us up now up here.
Oh,
You see
in
a
fact,
cute little rabbit, you expect it to morph into some horrific beast that tries to eat you.
don't even say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to Liz, I have PTSD of that exact thing. Thanks.
I mean,
Speaking of wildlife, you guys are dealing with something that the surfacers do know, but as Helena would probably not. You start to feel and hear this buzzing around your head, very familiar to most of you, not to Helena. If you find it very frightening at this point, Helena, because it's like right in your ears, you have no idea what it is. It's very sensitive to you. And then eventually you start to feel a little bit of crawling on your arm. You look down and you see a small little insect with a long proboscis nose about to. It looks like it's dragging it across your arm, and then finally it.
She would
pierces your
slap
skin.
it, just like immediately, just like with the like any kind of bug is just like that's an automatic like kill it because spiders and all of those things. So
Make me a dex save.
a tech save. All right, let's see here.
Don't worry, it's just a little
got
bug.
plus
Suck your
4
blood.
on saves. Okay, so that's a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, so you are very quick. You're like, oh, no, slap. And the rest of you are just kind of like, God damn it, the mosquitoes are so bad this year. As you're just being assaulted by them.
Can I just like?
Has Krez been to the surface too?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I just stealth myself from those skeeters?
Seeing as every mosquito I've ever met is almost like omnipotent, I'm gonna say no.
I
Don't
just
make
like
very fire
match
you.
my blood temperature.
What'd you say, Phil?
I said, don't make me fairy fire you, rogue.
Turn him into the zapping blue light.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I can do.
Can we break Helena? Is she over there laughing right now?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
What are you
It
ta-
sounds like something in the background of Helena's house is going nuts.
Oh, sorry, that's my bird. Let me mute.
Okay, it's a bird. I think it's a dog.
I thought you were
Yeah.
giggling in the background. That's
Yeah, me too.
not even that loud.
Sorry, guys.
We-
My
We,
bird's
we
being-
broke you. So, you guys travel for the majority of the week. Stopping from little town to town to give Helena the time to rest or call another steed forth. To which I feel like about the third day of your guys' travel, you would have at least seen Helena do this once. Or is Helena going off every time to do this in secret?
She would be just like she does it. It takes 10 minutes. She just goes to like a tree line or like some place that's quiet because it's not that she doesn't want them to see. She just needs the quiet.
Does she get
Oh,
to choose? Are you letting her choose the animal?
I'll let you do it the first time, but fuck, how do we want to do this?
Because I thought it was of my choice on the spell itself. Hang on,
I think
Let
that's
me-
what the spell does say.
Let me look at it. Where does it say? Because it's you summon a spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, appearing in an unoccupied space. The steed takes on the form that you choose: a warhorse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff. You, as the GM, can like allow other animals if you want to, like. Because I know, like, some GMs I've worked with have been like, I am going to let you have a griffin. Or as long as it's something that you have seen before and, like, kind of like wild shape, almost.
Right, so that's kind of like where I was at. So, like, if you want to pick, like, a specific kind of creature, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
She's basically, like, picking something that looks like the horse that she trained on, because it's what she knows. As, like, she gets more familiar with, like, other possible mounts, I'm sure, like, there's other things, and if there's a mount that would work better in certain situations, then that's what she would pick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Does that make
makes
sense?
Yeah, that really makes sense. So,
Washer.
But she's
Okay.
like definitely like whenever they go to like a town or something like that, she's asking each one of the boys like what should we eat? What is this? Like where? Like what? And so like getting more information about like what they like. Like, what's your favorite food? What is this? Like, should I like? What's a donut? You know, blah 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 blah. So, just sort of
Lithius
like
is all about talking about stuff like that, like eateries,
so,
places where
and
you
just
can
sort
get.
of been like having food that's not like cooked spider or you know what I mean. So,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Some of the best
better.
places.
whole. I know you did it very well. You did a very good job. But like, there's other things that we can eat now, like you know, and then like greens and like all of that. So it's like a whole fun experience of like getting to know like the other characters. I guess the boys on like something other than just like we are compatriots fighting together. Because she's only been around like the sisters in the, so she's like learning the same kind of things about them that she would have learned about the people that she grew up with. Like there's no sense of like propriety because it's like they were always around each other, so they knew everything about each other. So it's weird that she doesn't know these things about the people that she's traveling with now. It doesn't even seem off to be asking questions that other people would be like, that's a little weird. So
You mean like everybody else was, just down in the Underdark?
yeah.
Right.
So that's it. Sorry.
Now it's your turn.
Oh, it's no problem. Don't apologize. It's pretty straightforward travel. You make it all the way to Neverwinter. It's a very big settlement. I don't know a lot about Neverwinter, so I didn't expect you to go here. But essentially, when you guys end up through the main entrance of the city, you don't really know what to do next. It's been a while since you've had the time to just be yourselves. So what would you guys want to be doing at this point? At somewhere along your travels, we'll also do this. Eldith has bid you farewell. She has told you that she is now on the surface and free to return home to her home in Gauntlgrim, and has also let you know that she will make sure that songs of the exploits that the most of you have experienced will be sung.
Can't believe the NPC made it all the way through till the end.
I can't believe it either.
That's kind of amazing.
Lithius asks if she will put Gauntlgrim on his map, and he won't abuse it. I don't know if it's one of those hidden dwarven cities or not.
She puts it on your map that it is northeast of Neverwinter.
Perfect. So if we want to come visit, then we'll know how to get there and see you.
And no problem. So yeah, you guys have reached Neverwinter. At this point, it's kind of a crossroads. You guys are free to do this is talking above table. You guys are free to do whatever the hell you guys want to do for the next 3 months of in-game time. So at this point, like, is what we would do in-game called downtime. Everybody could have a different task that they want to be doing or different things that they want to accomplish in between adventuring.
Okay.
And like some good examples could be anywhere from crafting non-magical objects, getting a job, just getting some good rest in, curing any diseases or curses, doing research on the subjects, training to learn new languages or use new tools, or even in that sense, you could even take time to train and gain a level if you really want to.
Okay. Is there any way to increase any like abilities or anything like that?
I do have something about that. and I'm going to go one at a time around the table just to kind of see what everyone would be doing and what they would like to do.
Okay.
Just so this is as direct and as catered as possible. And I'm just going to go from top to bottom in the list. So, Lithius, as you enter the doors of, or the main entrance to Neverwinter, what do you think you would be doing? Would you be trying to stay with the group or setting up on your own?
I'd be looking the direction that my parents' shop, Bric-a-Brac, is at. Maybe down in the south part of town. And just be like, you guys want to go and see where my family's shop and my house is?
Absolutely.
And that way you'll have a place to come and stay, and when you buy your
Yeah.
gifts and toys and whatnot that you're gonna go and get, you can come back and chill with them. They'll treat you like family.
That sounds perfect. We
My
could use
mother's
a.
name is Gailey, and my father is Lucius Grom.
Gailey and Lucius.
Sure, Gailey and Lucius.
Okay.
We could use a good shop.
My mom cooks the best pie. She's probably got some waiting for us. But I mean, how long have I been gone down in the Underdark?
So I think that as of right now with the group, you've been traveling for maybe 2 months. And then I think
my
in
parents are
total,
probably pretty worried.
yeah, in total, you've been gone for the better part of 3/4 of a year.
Perfect.
But that's when you left home to do whatever it is you wanted to do out in the world. And then eventually you got captured by the Drow and started getting taken down into the Underdark, and that's when you met these guys.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I would just show them where my family's spot is and introduce them all. And I'm sure my family would want to hear about what's going on, so that they'd probably give us refreshments and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time with it, but basically, if anybody needs, they can stay the night here or stay as long as they need to here at their place.
Yeah, they bid you this as a safe and in no way charged place to stay. They make sure you're fed and not sleeping out in the gutter.
So both of my family, to answer your original question, are artificers. I learned my trade through them. So I would love to train up to level 9 if that's something that's doable, and spend time with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So training to level 9. So
Heck yeah.
So as a variant rule, you can require characters spend downtime training or studying for the gain benefits of a new level. And there's a graph to do this. You are at level 8 right now. So if you wanted to go to level 9, it would take you 20 days of training at the cost of 40 gold pieces per day.
So that's what, 800 gold?
Yeah.
Do I get the sun discount? Does that gold go to
Yeah.
my parents?
Yeah, it goes to like benefiting their business.
Sure. I've spent most of my life benefiting their business. I do what I can. So I have 15 gold, and I don't know if we are getting gold from all of our finds or anything like that.
You guys can take the time to liquidate your assets for like a week before you start doing anything if you want. Because it's kind of like a hit the ground running thing when you get here, that you're all together. You've never all been together in the big city because it's always just been yourselves doing your own things.
Right.
So yeah, you guys can decide to liquidate your assets to the things that you do have. So I think if we're going to do that, maybe we should all together make a list of the items that you do have that you want to sell, and then we can work on selling them.
Okay. Well, I have the wolf. Okay, hang on just a second.
Krez didn't keep any of this stuff. It's all in her hands.
Right, Krez is just like, don't look at me.
Alright, I have the tentacle rod, I have a trident of fish command, I have a wand of secrets, Second level spell scroll, filter of love, blue sapphire worth 1,300 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drow chain shirts. One,
chain shirts
two,
are
3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah,
Hand crossbows.
I'd like to let you know that all of the drow craft items that you pulled out, like all the chain shirts and stuff, you pull those out and they have immediately turned to dust.
I would only pull one out at a time. Like,
Yeah,
and the
as you
first
pull
one
them
that
out, they
goes.
just- yeah.
So one goes to dust and the rest stay in the bag of holding then. All right. You delete that. Boom. Because they'll still work in the Underdark. Okay. Close. And then let's see here. What about the crossbow?
If it was made from the drow, it crumbles to dust when you pull it out.
All right, close that one. And then I have. At that point, I will be like, okay. I have a 250 gold. Sorry, excuse me. 6 150 gold moonstones. And let's see here. I have a zircon worth 11 zircon worth $550.
So you said
Holy
we're going to
crap.
be downtime for 3 months approximately, and that was only 20 days worth of training with the 800 gold to level me up. So could I work for the first 40 days, earn some moolah?
Yeah, you
Maybe
can
work
do
me
that.
through my parents. I'll be their
Let's
delivery
see.
boy again and work on some magic items with them and stuff, and work
There's
the
more.
till.
So
So they say that you can run. They say that to make some extra money for yourself and kind of make it cheaper. You can run the business for that 40 days if you'd like. They give you the option to do that,
Yeah, I
or
would definitely do that.
or they give you the option that you can just work there.
Yeah, I'd want to work and hang out with my family as long as I could before we end up taking off to the next thing.
Okay, I was just making that distinction because the way that the mechanics will work for working and owning and running will be a little bit different.
Okay.
Okay, so you just be working there then.
I just want to be able to pay off my schooling without interrupting everybody else's stuff.
Right. All right. So when you work, it allows you to maintain your modest lifestyle without having to pay the gold. So essentially, we've already established that your room and board and all of your lifestyle things are taken care of. And this will work as long as you guys are living there. If you decide to move at any time, you'll have to start paying for your lifestyle and the way that you live. Um, I will say. So you spend that first 40 days working for your family with all of the wannabe adventurers that do come in, and they buy basic or common magic items from you. Stuff like orbs of guidance and like just little things like that. Like they're buying pipes of delicious smells and stuff like that. Little knickknack stuff that you're figuring yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you deal with that for about 40 days. And after that, they say that you actually, let's see.
I think I can go longer than that too, if it's only 20 days for training a level.
Let me look back that over. So, training to gain levels. Oh.
Yeah, I can work like 70 days and train for 20 for the 3 months.
Okay, yeah. So you do that. Now you can go ahead and set your XP to be level 9,
Okay.
and the cost for this will be 200 gold less because of the days that you worked.
Okay.
So it'll be a total of 600 gold, and you take 20 days of the remaining 3 months to just train your craft and to
Perfect.
be a better artificer. Learning these tips and tricks from your parents as you've gained the knowledge of differences in life, you've just grown to be a little bit of a more skilled worker.
Okay. And that 600 gold, I'm just gonna have to owe them or get a loan or something.
Well, I mean, if you guys are liquidating your assets, that's why I would have whoever has all this items written
I have
down.
everything, and like I will be splitting it up once we get everything liquid.
Okay, so that's $600. That's 600 gold so far
Just
up in the air. I'm gonna write that right down.
yeah, just like write down the amount of money that we need to get this stuff done, and then we'll figure it out at the end. One,
So level
2,
9. Okay, so that covers the 3 months for Lithius in Neverwinter, and then we will jump to the next person then, which would be Helena, the lonely
Okay.
Shaka in the big city.
Oh, that's sweet.
My mother would
I
love
added
you.
this to the wrong.
My mother would probably try to
Yes.
be with you every night.
Well, unfortunately, I have something that I need to be doing. She's very excited to meet everybody. She says, hello, it's a parent, there's a father, there's a mother, this is very weird. She's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Does the due diligence, and then probably looks at both, looks at Krez and is like, do you have some place to stay?
I'll handle that. I'll handle that with ease.
Okay. And she's like, if you need to find me, she sort of sketches out the symbol of the Watchers. Find me at this symbol, okay? And then she heads off to go to the Watchers Guild.
Okay.
And reports in to the higher ups in the chain of command to let them know what's going on, what she has seen. Basically, does like a debrief with the Watchers.
Okay, so first of all, make me an investigation check to see if you can navigate this city well enough to find it.
I think that's something that they would have taught, is like how to find all of the things, but
you think that they would have had like signs put around the city so you could be steered that direction?
It's one of those, like, you know how like if you know that there are certain places, like if you are in the military and you're going to a new post, the first thing that like you would do is there's a set way to like check in. You check in at the, like, probably at the gate. There's somebody who knows of, or there's like a symbol there that would give more information, and then moving to the next place and like finding that and like following those. Does that make sense? At least that's the way it is in my head.
I mean, in a city, there would definitely be some sort of signage of what's where.
Right.
Can I say something?
And I mean,
right?
like,
They're like road markers, like the Harpers will have like little symbols scrawled on little pieces of wood or doors or
yeah, kind of like that. Like it's, or it's like graffiti almost. Yeah.
and only the person that's in part of that guild knows what the symbol means, right? And that kind of guides them to there. They're originally called travelers marks for, like, traveling through long distances through the woods and paths and stuff like that, right? But they also have them in cities for secret organizations.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense to me.
So she would be tracking that down to report in, because this is kind of a fucking big deal.
Mhm.
And then she would ask them, either ask Lithius's mother what a good place to sell magical items for an appropriate amount or even more than they're worth, instead of like trying to be swindled by somebody who knows more about these things than I do,
She would say that she would be able to sell things for the group at their shop, but it may take some time.
Like a consignment.
Yeah,
Correct.
Okay.
I like that
so
idea.
rich that they can just fork over money for it.
Okay.
Unless it's something that Nick thinks that my family would be interested in specifically. Then
I
they would buy it
think-
outright.
I think that your family, the way that I have it in my head, I feel like they are the kind of magic item dealers that deal in very mundane items. Kind of like, I feel like if they were like in our world, they'd be like small appliance salesmen.
Sort of,
Or
but
maybe
that's
like-
kind of their front. The way I wrote it in, they both, mother and father, are members of the Grey Cloak Mages, which is the mage people of Neverwinter.
Kind of like the Mages Guild.
So it's kind of like the Harpers for the mages in there. They just call them the Grey Cloaks. There's
Okay, so it's like
wiki
they're
information on them.
so like their shop front is the quirky little gimmick store, but in the back room they're actually like arms dealers. They could be.
So exactly what I was thinking.
It can be whatever you want them to be, Nick.
I like that idea. I like the arms dealers thing.
They're
Yeah,
more
that's what I was
faction
thinking.
agents, and they may be holding stuff for them, and their shop is definitely a semi-front, but that's also where they live. So
All right, so I got a table for that. That's what we'll do. So depending on the rarity of your item, it will depend on what is going to happen. So
Okay.
for anything that's common,
Hang on a second. Let me look at what we got. I've got a rare.
okay,
I've got uncommon. 1, 2, 3 uncommon, and then we get to some of like the fun stuff, which is like I had to write in other possessions, which is the stuff that was given to me to hold in the bag of holding, which includes a golden scorpion pitcher, 2 golden bracelets, ceremonial golden wand, golden censer with platinum filigree, 17 fire mushrooms, 7 shrinking mushrooms, and 6 gross mushrooms. I don't remember what they were actually.
totally be down to buy that tentacle rod, I'm sure.
yeah, they see the rod and they're like, oh, okay, I will. Like, I think we can definitely do something with this, and they just for the tentacle rod itself, they give you 5,000 gold pieces in general. So that's a good base for you guys to start with this.
Okay, 5,000 gold. Okay. And then
And
the Filter of Love, the Trident of Fish Command, and the what is it? Where go back? The Trident of Fish Command and the Wand of Secrets.
Okay, so all of the uncommon,
Go ahead. Sorry.
all of the uncommon items that you have, they do take them, and they say that it would take a couple days to find a buyer. And
I'm gonna actually hang on to the Wand of Secrets
okay,
and just sort of, but I'll get to that in a second. So just the Trident of Fish Command and the Filter of Love for now, are the
Okay,
2
yeah.
uncommon. So, and then if it takes a couple of days, what are we looking at for those 2?
okay. So after the first, or for the first one, we'll do the one that's not the Filter of Love. which was the Trident.
Mm-hmm.
100 go. There it is. Mm-mm.
And then I'm just going to
for the
sort
first
of
one you
be
find, they
relying
end up
on.
finding 2 buyers.
Sorry. Relying
You're
on
fine.
Lithias to let me know whether these are good prices or not.
And they would be, your family would be telling you, Lithius, that for the first item, the Trident, they found 2 buyers. One of them is offering half of the base price, which would be 500, and another shady buyer that is offering the full price. But this guy's not looking safe.
It's one of those, she would say, would we get the better price if I went to the docks and talked to the sailors? Because I'm assuming that people who, fish for a living would like the ability to tell the fish to get into the fucking net.
Get in the fucking net.
The fucking net.
It just depends on how much you want to put effort into this. Getting maximum.
It's one of those, because I don't care who it goes to. I just want to make sure that we're making the money.
Sure.
Because, what are fish going to do?
What do you suggest, Nick?
I mean,
How long are we planning on? Are we doing all of us doing our 3 months in Neverwinter, or are we traveling around doing other stuff?
that's why I was going through each of you guys to see what you each wanted to do individually.
So the question becomes, does anybody want to leave Neverwinter? Because that puts a timeline on getting everything sold.
We've got 5,000 that we can split up now, and then when the other stuff comes in, that way people.
There's a potential of me traveling around Neverwinter, but still sticking around it.
Cool.
But you're not going to leave the city in Neverwinter.
I might, depending.
Okay. So maybe we should wait for a minute, and I think the first place to start is to just I know you guys want to liquidate all the items that you have, so you know how much gold between you all you have to work with. So that's why I was just trying to move that along, just to see how much money you guys had to start with.
Why don't we all plan on staying in Neverwinter for at least a few days to a week, so we can get that stuff taken care of while we're kind of relaxing?
For sure. Does it I don't know if it matters. I'll probably be using Neverwinter as the main base and traveling to and from locations around Neverwinter. So if that doesn't fuck with anything, then it's irrelevant.
Sure. And anybody that stays in the area is welcome to crash out at my folks' house, because that's where I'll be for the next few months. So.
That's what I was going to interject and ask something.
Okay.
Habwaters, right, and Jonathan LeBavin, they have villas here, right? So I go and contact the person who's in charge of the villas, right, and have one prepped up and cleaned up for occupation, right?
Okay.
They're like the little picture that I just put up.
Okay.
Right. They're like that.
Cute.
Yeah. They're meant for like rich people who are traveling and coming to town and stuff like that. Basically, it's an R&B, right? Right. So that's basically what it is, right? So I set that up and I send messages to Habwaters, Simon the Simple, the family and stuff like that, letting them know about the demise of Simon the Simple, right? And I write a script for the bank, right, to pay for my freaking stay here.
Okay.
And that's it. For right now, that's it, yeah.
Okay. So I still think for now we still have the task of seeing just how much stuff you guys had to sell to have the bankroll to try and distribute it about yourselves and see what you want to do.
Helena's been the one carrying most of the stuff, I think. Right?
That's how I understood that one of you guys had a bag of holding at one point, and you were putting stuff
That's
into
me.
it. Then you found another one, and you
We had
transferred it
2
all
bags
to
of
that.
holding?
I believe Lithius had one made.
Oh,
for him.
yeah.
made
He
one,
made
yeah.
one for me, right?
Nope, I made it, and then you found one, and then.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, fine.
So yeah, everything is in that I have been collecting for the party as we go along from the loot is in that bag of holding. I don't know if anybody else has anything that they were collecting for the party or if it was just for themselves, because like everything that I have in that is for the party pretty much.
I just
Did-
need that 600. I just need the 600. Anything else can, whatever.
To
No, it's
I
just-
feel like selling the tentacle rod is more than enough for a chunk of
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get some definitive answers before I move on and
So am I.
do each 3 months for everybody. Because I assume that most of you guys are going to go off and do your own things, correct?
Yeah, I'm
Kinda,
trying try and get a like a greater res or a greater whatever you call it, restoration. Get rid of the curse.
Yeah.
Actually, that is
Before I
something
get a
that you
bigger
could do.
gut. Before I get a bigger gut. So those will be my two main things.
That the greater restoration could be something that you could achieve relatively easy.
Yeah.
So the greater restoration would actually be an extra 400 gold charge.
Would my folks know anybody in the Grey Cloak mages?
They didn't know anybody personally, but they knew of a cleric that might have known. But the last that they heard is that he went missing looking for his son, who went down into the Underdark.
Sucks to be them. Okay. So did you want me to go ahead and level up? Or did you want me to wait?
If we're all final on that, on the tentacle rod being sold, and you guys have that bankroll of 5,000 between yourselves, or however you want to disperse it.
Like it's so much more than 5,000. That's why I'm just waiting to get the final on like all of the items so that I can divide it amongst everybody.
So
Love that problem. I won't say no to selling it.
So that's why I was trying to get to it. When you were trying to sell that first uncommon item, I was trying to tell you that you had two buyers coming to you, one giving you half the price of what you're offering it for, and one that didn't look very trustworthy that was offering to just pay the full price.
Is this for the trident or for the tentacle rod?
The trident, yes. The tentacle rod's already been sold to Lithius's parents. They very quickly jumped on that offer.
And I don't care. Like, if she doesn't see the person, then she's just like, just give us the most that you can. It's not for me, it's for the party.
I feel like that since you guys said that you would be having Lithius's parents kind of oversee the sale of these things, or kind of like be the hawker or the consignment store of this, they would be the ones that would be dealing with it, or maybe even Lithius himself.
I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
want the family to actually put themselves in danger trying to sell to a shady person.
my family's pretty well established here.
I do like the idea there of trying to go talk to the sailors or something, seeing if we can get a better price. We don't need to
Just
sell it to a shady buyer.
sell it for the 500 then. I don't care. Like, just.
Wait, it's only 500 if you're selling it. Wait, what? That's a big difference.
500
That's what I'm saying. 500
What-
gold
what
or
do you want
1,000
us-
gold.
What do you want from us? Do you want a persuasion check, or do you want
Like,
us to go and?
What do you want, Nick?
Somebody?
Like, because I'm like,
Essentially, I'm giving you the choice of one buyer offering 250 gold.
you
or
said
another buyer.
500 gold.
That's the
going
base
down.
price. That's the base price. So it says a buyer offering half the base price, which would be 500, but half to 250,
Oh,
Or
I thought you
a
meant
shady buyer.
half the base price was 500.
Oh no! I'm so
No,
sorry.
let's go
That's
with
why I
those
was
who
like-
pay the full price.
Can
Yeah.
I give it a go and go see if I can persuade the people at the docks to buy it for 500?
Sure, give me a persuasion check. See
Alright.
if you can be a 19. Because most of the time they don't really
Nat
deal with.
20, motherfucker!
God fucking damn
Good
it!
job, dude. Good job.
All right,
All
so
right.
you get
500 gold. Got
you
it.
get a particular fisherman that's just like, oh, shit, this is just what I needed.
I'm gonna even be
Put a
nice.
shit
I'm gonna
right in
take them
the
out for a ride, and I'm gonna use it to load their boat up with fish, and I'm gonna show them how it's done, and then collect the money and head back to the group.
Oh yeah, he's overjoyed. He's like, "Oh, hey, matey!" and he hands over a bag of 500 gold pieces and say, "You earned your keep well."
Right.
I'm gonna go back to the crew and be like, "Alright, we got our gold. We're good to go."
Why are
I'm
we
gonna
talking like
apologize.
that?
Sorry, that accent will go in a minute.
And as for the filter of love, I had rolled this one already. A shady buyer wearing kind of like a pork pie hat comes into the shop and he buys that filter of love at the price of 750 gold pieces at the request that you don't ask any questions as to why he's buying it.
I got no questions.
It's one of those. Helena is not there when these things happen.
Right, this
Argyle
is
will make that trade.
pertaining
My
to
mother has a good sense about these things. Does she know the dude?
she gives you a look, and you can tell from the look that she gives you is that it's probably easier to just not ask any questions and take the money.
Well, seeing as how we just did a whole lot of that down in the Underdark, I'm fine with it. We can just
Okay,
50.
so that's
750.
another 750.
Okay. And then, what about the mushrooms? For an alchemist supplies. And then I would just need to know where to go to find a jeweler to sell the jewels.
They're more than easy to find a jeweler
I'm a jeweler.
in Neverwinter.
I'm a
See, you
jeweler.
found one
My
already.
parents are jewelers.
All right. Well, I have 11 zircons,
Okay.
and
Now I
for
got my family's workshop here, so maybe advantage on rolls or something.
Okay, so give me a list of all of the gems that you have and their price, and yeah, we'll make a big roll out of it and see if you can't get a.
all right.
better price for 'em.
11 zircon at 550 gold, and then I have.
I have a,
Sorry, I'm like going back and forth between Helena's accent and my own. 6 moonstones at 150.
I have
What
a
was that, Krez?
I have a zircon she can have as well.
So we'll make that 12.
Okay. 6 moonstone at 150. A blue sapphire. Where's the sapphire? MNOP. Blue sapphire worth 1,300. Already been worked on by Mr. Lithius.
So I'll work on all the ones that haven't been worked on yet, if I'm allowed, on the 3 months that I'm sitting there. I'm sure I'll have time to do it.
And then let's see here. What else? There was one more. I thought. Yeah. Go away. It's under other possessions. I have a lot of gold and stuff that can be melted down, like the golden censer with the platinum filigree, ceremonial wand, 2 gold bracelets. Blah, blah, blah.
Probably my family could take care of a lot of that.
Okay.
But you would probably just have to pay them a fee.
That's fine.
Yeah, like a little 10% smelting fee.
That's fine. Just how much would that all be worth? Do you think?
So.
Ooh, I have a bit of an idea there.
What's up?
What are you smelting it down into?
Just ingots, probably.
Yeah, travel ingots.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if you had something. Did you want to try to like smelt it, use some silver there, and try to smelt it and have them coat the coins with gold so we can extend the amount of gold that we have?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Damn,
that was just
I gotta try and work
no.
these
You're a
things.
rogue, and you're dealing with somebody who's like neutral good, and she's just like no.
Fanny ain't freaking forgery. Alright.
My
I'm
dad
gonna
would
go and
probably
kind
like
of
that
like
idea.
try to talk. Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. Lucius, my dad would probably like that idea, but would get
That's
shushed
the
down
count.
by mother.
Yeah, as you're saying that, Lucius is behind Gracia, just like nodding yes, yes, and she's
His
like,
ears
"No, that
perk
sounds like a
up.
horrible idea." All right, so all the gold stuff, I'd say, because it's almost like a full set of like China, almost, right?
Yeah.
I would say that they would probably buy that and sell it as a set for maybe like 400 gold.
Okay. Even though it's got platinum on it.
The platinum would probably bump it up another like 300, so it's like 700.
700. All right.
So we're at 1950 for selling things so far.
And then 17 fire mushrooms, 7 shrinking mushrooms, and 6 growth mushrooms.
So you find an alchemist, and at first, this guy does not seem to be very good at his job, and he takes one of the small mushrooms, and you know what they do. The ones that were there know what they do, and he just looks at it like, "What the hell does this do?" And he eats it, and he immediately becomes very tiny.
Well, that will cost you. You can't just eat the things. What is?
And he just kind of like motions over to his bag, and he says, "Take 50 gold for all of it. I'll take it all."
50 gold for all of it. It's just the shrinking. Excellent. 6 growth mushrooms for 50 gold.
He's essentially like, "What are you offering for this?"
Wait, is
For all
Argyle
of
there?
this.
I would say it's like these things, they can create potions that you can sell for at least 50 gold piece each. So if I'm giving you 17 things that turn things on fire for 50 gold each that you sell, I should at least make 20 gold or 10 gold per mushroom. So that would be 170 gold just for the fire. And I will use like a bulking intimidation check if I have to.
You could do persuasion or intimidation, either or.
Just
And
Alright.
Lithius, or not Lithius, Argyle, to answer your question, it all depends. Are you going with Helena specifically while she goes and sells all this stuff?
Nah, I changed my mind.
She does go
I
out to
changed my
sell.
mind. I was gonna like sleight of hand try to grab some extra coins, and then I was like, fuck it. I don't want to make a bad standing in this town.
She would slap your hand
You're
anyway.
pretty cursed.
You wouldn't know. I sleight of hand it. You wouldn't know. I know better.
Is your sleight of
passive
hand
perception is
better than
perfect.
my passive perception?
Well, that would depend on the roll.
That's true.
Children.
But I do have a plus
It'd be
9.
Okay.
It's all good. You are the prettiest one at the party. Don't worry.
I'm the belle of the ball.
Let's see
But
here.
if you want something to carry stuff, you can borrow Cogsworth and make him carry stuff. I guess you gotta. Never mind. You got a bag of holding, don't you?
Yeah. All right. So I will do persuasion because I will be nice,
He's
Okay.
tiny. You
which
can
is
just step on
terrible.
him.
Which is like a 7, which is like less than my plus on intimidation. So if it doesn't work, she's just gonna start glaring.
So yeah, he with the offer that you're giving him of 170, he sits and thinks. As he's tiny, he's just like, "Well, I mean, first of all, I have to wait to see how
He
long
picks
this
him
will last."
by the back of his little tiny little thing and says, "I think you should think very quickly.
Oh, go ahead, kill me. Then that means my suffering's over.
Why are you suffering? This is the saddest thing I've heard all day, tiny person."
Every day that I draw breath is another day towards a great release. Do you think I want to be a shopkeep? You think I want to try all these
She's
random
like,
fucking mushrooms?
"Why are you doing this then? Like, why are you a shopkeep? Go find your joy. This is depressing me." And she'll like take all of her stuff and leave with the 50 gold that he was offering for the one that he ate.
He's just like, "Yeah, go ahead. Get out of here."
So 50 gold added to the pot.
Okay, so in
For the
totality.
one shrinking mushroom. So now I have 7 and 7.
Okay, so now
Or
we
6
gotta
and
do
6. I'm
some
sorry.
work. So now we
Okay.
got to do some work because I believe Lithia said that he wanted to try and improve the quality of the stones.
If possible, I don't want to bog anything down.
Um,
Roll, sir.
what is
Can
the
I-
governing trait of your jeweler's tools? I think that's a sleight of hand, isn't it?
She'll hand the mushrooms to the rogue and be like, go find somebody who wants these for at least 10 gold a pop.
I got you. But I also want to, if he's going to enhance the quality, I want to cast guidance on Lithia's there to help give him a D4 there.
There's going to be a lot of them, so you'll have to do it for a while. You'll have to
Yeah.
Concentration up to a minute, so I can do it at will up to, it's one action. Oh no, it's cast at will. So yeah, I can cast it at will for up to a minute in between
think
me
he's
going
saying
into
that-
hang around for like 5 minutes while I'm doing it.
Like, yeah, each gem could take maybe like a half an hour to an hour.
Yeah,
Like, you don't know.
right.
Okay, so am I able to like keep pulsing them with it there since it's a cantrip?
You'd have to spend
You
some
can,
time.
but you'd have to spend all of your time with Lithius if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's a good solid day of working.
Yep.
That'll be all right. That's just a day.
Okay.
My mom will make us PBs and J's, and we'll chill out in my room and work on them.
But I'm going to suggest that we hold off on that for just a minute till we get everything else sorted and we get more time to do things.
But I can go ahead
having
and
them,
for him and have him done.
yeah, it's to
Yeah,
find
okay.
out how much we get so that we can split up the money.
I was just going to quickly try to sell the mushrooms and like do any other quick things before we got started on that.
I mean
yeah,
that's
you-
1 day versus 2 days, so just get it done.
So it
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
a
fair
sleight of
enough.
hand roll, and then I would add double my proficiency bonus because of my artificerness.
Yeah, because
I'll spend the day casting guidance on him too.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's plus. And do I get advantage for like situational using stuff at home, laboratory?
Yeah, you definitely get the advantage for the mom bonus
Awesome.
because all of her PB and J's are imbued with the magic of one.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's going to be 8 on top of that, so 23 is my good roll.
Okay, so the quality of these gems, as you've taken the time to work them so carefully and you're not rushed, and you have the perfect setup because your parents have a studio to do this stuff. So you have literally all the tools and anything that you need at your disposal to help you out. And you take the time and most of the day with Argyle giving you the guidance that he can.
I rolled a 3 on that, so 26 total.
And you managed to raise the price of these by 25% each.
Cool.
He's going to go make a wrong cut or try to and be like, no. That'll be my
Flick that
guidance.
All right. So 25%. Let me go ahead and just like do the math on fucking, where's my phone? I need a calculator.
What's the cost
It's
of the
very
gem?
exciting. We are looking at 12 times 550. That's it.
6,600.
All right, and then go ahead and multiply that by 1.25.
8,250. 8,250. Sorry, said that
All
weird.
right, the next one is going to be 6 times 150.
6 times 150. 900.
All right, multiply that by 1.25.
1,125.
All right, and then the next is, are we increasing the sapphire as well, or is that already increased as much as possible?
If I
I will
recall
say,
correctly, it was.
since that one's already has worked, that would probably be the max that it would be at.
Okay.
Can we
And I think I have the
make it tinier?
All right, give me a second. Let me do some adding, guys. 250, 1125, 1,300, 1,000 plus 100 plus 750. 100 plus 50 equals plus what I had in my inventory. On top of that, where am I at? Because I was holding on to all of the money. Plus. Okay, so right now we are at 17,675 gold.
I do also have some. Like I have 165 gold and 500 silver as well.
And that's fine. I figure like most of you have like your pocket gold still, like from like whatever you were having at that point, right? All right. So,
Okay.
and then how many people in the party?
By my count, there is
Yep.
6.
And then my question becomes: Hab is already rich, and he joined at the last second. Do we want to pay him?
That's a good point.
I'm thinking. Krez and I have been here since the beginning, but I'm okay with
We'll
splitting
see
with
how
most
he,
of you.
yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see how he
but,
contributes to the party, and we'll pay him accordingly. We'll supply him with funds as he needs.
I mean, he's rich. He's fine.
that's
So, what? How many people?
So
1,
there's
2,
6 of us total, but if you're not counting Hab Waters, there's 5 of us.
I'll do 6, and then we'll see what that comes to. So that would be.
Does
That's
Agro get paid?
2,000.
Share.
Okay. We can do. Okay, so 2,000.
Oh no, I'm kidding. He's the dog.
Equals, and then 2,945 divided by 5 is 589 times 9.5 minus 589 is
Wait, I see it. Divide it 5 ways.
1. I'm getting there. Hang on just a second.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were doing math.
Yeah, I'm doing math. Doing math.
Don't hurt yourself.
Oh,
Once
shush
you're doing
you.
math, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay,
Is there somebody that
everybody
Simon the
except
Simple-
for yeah, that's what Hab is getting, is basically what would have been Simon's cut to give to the poor or whatever. And she's looking right at him when she gives it to him. It's like, this is for Simon, and if you don't do something with it that Simon the Simple would have wanted, I will find you. And so she gives Hab 2,356 gold, and then everybody else gets 5 plus 1 is 7. 3,062 gold.
Thank you.
Damn, that's nice.
All right. So now that we have that out of the way, Twitch, thank you very much for all of you helping
Being so
figure that
patient
out.
on that.
And
I'm going to
patience,
clear
that
this
took a
stuff
lot.
out of my inventory before I accidentally keep it forever.
So I have 1,000 total, 400 for the greater restoration, and 600 for the rest of my schooling.
2,500.
So it
You
was
got
like
two-
3,000. Sorry, go ahead.
3,062 gold pieces to everybody except for Hab, who gets 2,356.
356.
And that's to go to something Simon would have wanted to support, not
Yeah.
his own pockets.
Yes, blowing hookers. Got it. That's good.
And 8 ball. Don't forget the 8 ball.
You got to get the.
Yeah,
That's
tell
the
Hab
blood.
Simon owed me 500 gold.
Yeah, pimp party.
I paid my
Right.
1,000 gold.
Okay.
I'm deleting.
Sweet. So now you have gained a level and have a sweet bank account.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So
And then,
that would cover essentially like maybe the first week of Helena being in Neverwinter.
right.
Deal.
I want to talk to the rogue very quickly. Should be like Argyle. And I have several
What's up?
questions for you. First, do you understand what is necessary to be a minion of the Raven Queen? Are you actually committed to this, or is this just something that you decided to do?
Well, I'm slowly figuring it out, and it was rather sprung on me, but I'm committed to see this through.
All right. She's gonna hand him the Wand of Secrets.
What's this
Go ahead. Go ahead and put that in your inventory. Look it up. Wand of Secrets.
Okay. Got it.
Use it for the purposes that will help you complete the test that is necessary. And then she will
Perfect.
walk off. And then so what she's going to do during this is like there's a part of her that wants to kind of keep track of like what everybody's up to because she's grown attached to them through like the way you do with like trench warfare almost. But she also knows that they're adults and they have their own lives to get to, and she has a singular purpose. So she wants to go to the Watcher. She wants to train, and she wants to learn. Number one, she wants to see if someone can adjust Dawnbringer, or if there's a magical blacksmith of some sort that can work with Dawnbringer to make it something closer to what she's used to working with.
So essentially, you want to turn Dawnbringer into a double-bladed scimitar.
I would like Dawnbringer either to. There's a part of me that either yes, I want it to be add a second blade to the other side so that the weight makes more sense to her. It's what she's been training with her entire life, and she's got the attuned magical weapon, and that's what she would like, if possible. And she's like, if we're going to be fighting two demon princes, I think this is something that the Watcher should help me achieve.
Okay, so
It's a sentient sword, right?
Yes.
yeah, essentially.
So did you ask its opinion?
She's been thinking about it the entire way. Like, if she's going to keep this sword that she's attuned to, then she needs to be able to use it properly. If it wants to go to someone else, then they can talk about it.
But that's like a legendary item, right?
Yeah,
It is.
It has its own personal opinions about stuff too. It has its own personality. It's technically got a person inside of it.
Yeah,
Items
no, that's
have rights
why
too,
she
you know.
wants to make sure that it is the most useful version of itself it could be. And she's thinking of it the same way she would think about improving her own technique. It's like being of the most use.
So the way that I feel like this goes is it's kind of like crafting a magic item because it's already a magic item.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the fact that it is a legendary magic item, to find somebody that would be willing to and be able to do anything with would be very hard to do in Neverwinter.
Well, I have some time on my hands.
It would also cost you probably somewhere in the realm of 500,000 gold pieces to pay this person to do this for you. Because it takes possibly like primordial energy or something that you yourself aren't strong enough to do to be able to pull this off.
Okay. And then she will
I was
start
gonna like
screaming.
lean over and be like, "You gonna need a pimp to help you make that money?"
Yeah, I have a
She
question
decks him in the face.
to the DM.
What's up?
Yeah. You know how rings can resize themselves to your hand?
Like the ring of protection and stuff.
Any kind of ring, right? You know, it always resizes itself. Wouldn't it be possible for the weapon itself to morph itself to a weapon
Like
that she
slowly
can
over
better?
time make itself like part of the attunement process. That's really clever, Jose.
I do like that. But it brings me back to this ideal that this is a sentient thing. It's like this is like almost going to a person and go, "I don't like the way you are. Change now."
You're too much of a fatty. Lose some weight.
Yeah, like we can't go and do that. I mean, you can, but apparently
I'm gonna
I'm an asshole.
I'm gonna talk to Elena there and see if like I can talk to the sword there. Would the sword be able to hear me?
She doesn't like men.
Oh. Okay,
He's barely a
Argyle's gonna
man.
put on a wig.
Yeah, he's barely a man. Don't worry.
Argyle now
Hello.
identifies as a woman.
Either way, from the back, from your back, the sword's like, that's not true. I don't hate anyone.
That's not what the actual thing when you read about it said.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is this for real?
Man hater.
I'm gonna look it up. But go ahead, continue. What you would think you would like to do?
Dawnbringer is frightened of both the dark and abandonment. It prefers that its blade always be present and shedding light in areas of darkness, and strongly resists being parted from its wielder for any length of time.
Yeah, so it's not that it doesn't like men.
Where was it?
Argyle rips off the wig, throws it to the floor. God damn it!
It can
God,
only
yeah.
communicate with its wielder telepathically. Its voice is kind and feminine. It knows every language you know while you're attuned to it. Ba-ba-bum.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward to me. Do you want to try and like pull it out and talk to it? See
Well,
what
like,
you can do?
It's part of like the. So I don't want to like take up too much time, but like basically she would like bring it out every day and explain to like, and like she's practicing with it and she's training with it because it's like it's a good fucking legendary sword, right? But like every time she's holding it, she's talking to it, she's like they're getting to know each other because it's a whole personality, it's a whole sentience, it's a whole thing. And she's talking to it about what she's trained with, like, and so on and so forth, and like learning the new blade. But there's always this like little part of her that sort of like misses and longs for the double-bladed scimitar because it's what she's trained with her whole life. So do with that as you will. But like the longer they are attuned, like the more personality of Helena's personality and whatnot, like the blade gets access to. And so it would probably end up being like they end up being like friends almost. So but her purpose becomes like the sword's purpose. Sounds like.
So yeah, I would say that I'll have you roll 3 separate persuasion checks.
Jesus, she looks at these. Okay.
And if you pass at least 2 of them,
Perception or persuasion? You said persuasion.
persuasion. And yeah, I'll say if you pass at least 2 of these, that it will give you
She's not. She sucks at persuading.
Guidance.
this one.
Guidance.
She wouldn't talk to anybody else about doing this. It's just one of those. Yeah, she didn't get over a 15 on any of those.
I'm casting guidance.
Either way, first of all, you'd have to be following her everywhere you went. Or, is that what you're doing in this? Like anything that everyone's doing, you're just following them?
Well, I thought we were still together as a group.
No, this
Oh,
is
no.
storm time where everybody's off doing their own thing.
Well, I didn't know we separated. I thought we just got to Lithius's places here. I haven't even decided or like tried to say what I was gonna do. I thought, okay, I didn't know we separated yet.
I kind of like went backwards to go back to have everybody as a group deliberate how you guys want to separate the money, so you would have the money to afford the things that you would want to do during this 3-month downtime.
Right.
And then I was
Okay, yeah.
going person per person.
So
try
she's
and see
wanting
what
to
they'd be
like
doing.
train to make sure
Oh,
that
okay.
she is ready to go against the things that she's reporting back to the Watchers about. So she's training with the Dawnbringer every day. She's thinking about these things, and she is absolutely 100% gonna fucking learn Undercommon
Okay, so that one we can take care of easily.
because she's
Uh,
she's just like stubborn as fuck about this. Like she's not going to not be able to speak Undercommon if she's going back into the
So-
Underdark.
Yet again, your luck is you kind of are in luck. Lithius's mother happens to speak Undercommon.
And not
And
broken
she
up like
offers-
So I'm not at
Or-
Lithius's mom's,
Or
or I'm with the Watchers Guild.
and yeah, nobody would be able to teach you there. But unless you were staying there at the Watchers Guild every night,
Yes.
you'd probably go back to the Grom residence at night to rest, or would you be literally like rooming and boarding at the Watchers
It
complex.
would be rooming and boarding at the witch. Like it's singular purpose. Like this is her what she's
Okay, so
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been possible in any other interaction that you might have said, "Man, I really want to learn Undercommon"? Because
to the Watchers Guild? Yeah, absolutely.
so that they would essentially share with you. They say there's a magic shop run by some tiefling fellers in the Grom family, I think. They would be one of them would be able to teach you.
Okay.
But I will also say over the table that it is not uncommon that you could pay someone that you already knew to teach you how to speak Undercommon.
Fresno's it.
Fresno's Undercommon.
Fresno's on the
So do I. And we've been traveling for a long time.
Right. And it's one of those this would be a good way for her to keep in contact with Krez. Because there's a part of her that thinks if she disappears too much, he's gonna off into like, and like that'll be it. Like she won't see him again.
Aww.
Shush.
I'm glad you like
No
Krez.
sentimentality. This is
Not
she's
in,
also
like,
like
a
he's an
weird
idiot.
way.
He's going to get into like the
Exactly.
wrong.
I know what you meant by it, but it shows that you care about Krez.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We do care about Krez. It's fine.
Okay,
We went through the Underdark together. This is it's like the thing.
So essentially, it would be up to Krez because the book, or the way that the player handbook states, is that it costs 250 days and 1 gold piece per day to learn a new language. But I'm going to kind of fudge it and say that you've been practicing this whole time, because you have stated that in some places.
Yep.
And I'll say that it would be only 50 days, and that Krez would be able to set the cost of what he would charge you to teach, in a formal sense, how to speak Undercommon.
So, in very Krez fashion, say, I'll teach you, but eventually one day, I get your shirt. And will not charge her any actual gold. Just, she could even be like, yeah, one day, but never specify the day, so it could never happen. But Krez
No, when she's fluent, she will give him the shirt, because at this point she's probably bought the new shirt.
Okay.
It's fine.
So, yeah,
So the shirt for Undercommon. It's a good trade.
wonderful.
All right. So spending your 3 months training with the blade and learning a new language. Okay, so then at that point, you can go ahead on your sheet and in the notes, or if you can figure out how to add it in languages,
I can do that.
Yeah, you
Yeah, just go ahead and add Undercommon as a proficiency language that you have now.
Okay.
And I think if that would be all from Helena.
Now, with the training with the blade, does that offer me the chance to maybe get another like martial thing, or like any kind of thing like that, or is it just basic stuff?
So,
like the way a fighter would have to stay to level up in fighter, or even take a level in fighter. I don't fucking know.
So the way that the taking the levels thing would kind of be like what I did with Lithius, is that you'd have to devote time to just gaining the experience. To which we could do that, to say that with your sword play, instead of you not getting the changed weapon, that you could have. No, we already did that. No, wait, that's not fair.
Yep, we'll just do the changed weapon then.
Yeah. So sorry.
No, it's okay. I just was like making sure that like I hadn't realized that we had said yes to a slow morph of the weapon.
Yeah, because that's what I thought you were trying to do.
It was, but I wasn't sure whether it had worked.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't. So after you guys have gotten your gold together, panning off on your 3-month escapades, what would Have Waters be doing after y'all got your you got your donation to what Simon the Simple's cut would be, and you are told to spend it in his name or donate it. What do you think Cab Waters is going to do with this? And what do you think he's going to do with the next 3 months?
I had a question. Alright, that whole chart that you said you had for like training, alright, how's that work?
For training levels?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially, you're at level 7. You would want to go to level 8.
Yeah, I'm short about 3,600 experience points.
Okay,
Did we ever
so...
get the experience for the hags, by the way?
Oh, crap, no, you didn't!
We did not.
Alright, give me
Yeah.
just 1 second. I
Yeah,
think
do
you
that
only
first.
like 2 of them.
2 of them? I thought there were like 14 of them.
Yeah, the majority ran away. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I thought I did that.
Was
That's okay.
Argyle involved in collecting anything?
Unfortunately, Argyle is nowhere to be found.
Didn't think so. Okay.
Say, each would have got 500 experience from that last encounter,
Nice.
except for Argyle, because he was not there. And then...
Hank scared him. He just kind of...
Yeah, going back to the training aspect, yeah, you can spend from your level right now, which is 7, to get to 8. It would take you 20 days of training time, and it would cost you... Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it would cost you a total of 40 gold pieces in 20 days' time to go from level 7 to level 8.
Cost me 40 gold pieces?
That's it?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's the lower level.
So,
part,
yeah,
you
I
already
did that.
went through it.
Hold on a second. I think I might have did something wrong. Very early. Holy crap! Okay, so Lithius, I did your math wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The level that you took, instead of it charging you 600 gold pieces, it charged you just the 20 days and 40 gold pieces.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Well, shit, dude. I'm gonna level up. No.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, how much does it cost to level up?
Okay.
40 gold.
20 days
Well,
of time and 40 gold pieces.
I will add some
Fuck.
gold then.
Yes.
Question was,
That is-
where did you find this, where's the chart?
He's home.
This is in the DM's guide.
DM's guide, okay, alright. Alright, so I have, 30,900, right? And I need 34,000. So that's 30. I got that'll be 3,100 that I need.
Yeah, so like I said, from going to level 7 to level 8, the only thing it would really cost is 20 days out of the 90 days, i.e. 3 months of time that you have, and 40 gold pieces.
I'm going to do that. So 40 gold pieces, you said, right?
Yeah, but essentially, what that means is like you would be doing nothing but getting out, training, and trying to get experience on how your power and how your abilities work, so you can gain that time. And it's like you're working with somebody to train you how to do this. How it kind of worked out for Lithius was like his parents were there and they had all the tools at his disposal to do it. And he just spent the time and ended up paying a little bit for the the knowledge from his parents, or maybe in error, fixing their items that maybe were broke because he didn't know how to use them well.
Okay, made the change. I am now 8th level. Alright. Since you're here, alright. Doing a okay, what you call it? A feat. And do I have to train for this? Right, I'm gonna ask this. Right. Alert.
So you want to try and take the time to gain a feat instead?
I think that's what he would get if he levels
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, when I level out, I get a feat or the 2 points for attributes. And so I have a choice, right? And I'm going with the feat. Alert.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. No, I'm asking, do I have to pay for training and stuff like that? That's what I was asking.
Well, I mean, that's what I try. That's what I just said. Is
Yeah.
that the first 20 days of your 3 months of downtime, you'd pay 40 gold to
Okay.
have somebody train you to the next level,
All right. So, all right,
or
with that
work with
being
somebody to
done,
gain the experience. You know what I mean?
yeah. So with that being done, all right, I let the other characters know that I'm throwing a banquet over at the villa. Alright, they're all invited, and they're actually all invited to also stay if they like. Alright, and I go ahead and pay for how you call it? What they call it? A banquet, which is like, I don't know, 10 gold pieces per person. Alright, so there's
Yeah.
like how many people in the group?
6.
6 plus old boy's parents. That's 2. So that's 7, 8. Okay, I pay 80 gold pieces for a banquet to be thrown at the villa. Right, for the friends and family. And that's
All
pretty
right.
much it. I mean, other than that, oh, I'll go buy a dagger. I buy a dagger.
Okay.
That's,
So
that's pretty much it.
that's what you're going to do for your entire 3 months. Is
Yep.
gain 1 level and then party the rest of the
15.
time.
Yeah, and party the rest of the time. Remember, I'm a fighter. I mean, I can. Other than getting into bar fights, training. I mean, you can't do anything further than what your level dictates. Right.
Right.
So, right, so, other than going to find new magical items and stuff like that, right, I can try to request to see if somebody has a bag of, what is it, Howard's Handy Haversack, that's what it's called.
Oh, you want the
My parents
Yeah,
might be able to hook you up with something like that.
That's true.
yeah, I put the word out that I'm looking for something like that. Other than that, that's pretty much it, man. Party,
So,
go
yeah.
back, get somebody to peel me out of my armor. Right, because I'm sure I've probably been in that armor for way too long, and my character's gotten a little bit fatter since the last time he wore that armor. So it's like opening up one of those cans of frozen biscuits. Right, when it popped open.
Oh my god. So
Yeah,
this is really funny. So essentially, what you decided to do for the last point of your downtime is technically what's known as carousing, which is kind of like being a hedonistic kind of person, like binge drinking, partying, stuff like that.
throwing good, well, classy parties. Okay. Yeah, you
Well,
make
either
them sound like
way,
a frat party.
either way, during all of this, you made a small fortune gambling. Not only or do you not really have to pay for your lifestyle expenses for the time spent doing this, you're also going to gain 140 gold pieces, and you are now a local legend for your tomfoolery and parties.
The dwarf tossing contest came through.
Sweet. And if that would be all, we'll move finally to Krez. in his downtime adventures. To which part of that is training Helena how to speak Undercommon.
Okay.
But what else would he be doing?
Chris has a small list. Roll the sheet out. So he's gonna spend his first like 2 days trying to make sure he's avoiding, like, after he trains Helena, he tries to avoid her seeing it and visits a local brothel because it's been months for Krez. Then
Right, right.
I'd like to actually train. I'll give you. I either want to train up 2 levels or train 1 level and then work on increasing my strength score by 1.
Okay. So
2 levels would take me 40 days and cost 80 gold. But I don't know how you'd want to go with the strength.
okay, so we got the level. That's no problem. So this is how we'll do the ability training.
Okay.
So the base training time is going to be a number of work weeks equal to your current ability score, which you're wanting to train strength, which I believe it's a 17 right now, isn't
It's
it?
16.
16. Okay, so 16 times 5 would be 80 days.
Right, and we have 3 months of downtime, which is 90, but I don't think I can accomplish both of them. If I wanted to do the 2 levels, which is 40 days, then the other one would be 80 days. I wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah, because with the level, it would eat into your time doing that.
Yeah, because my thought process would be is how Krez is training is he literally just goes to a local bar and becomes a bouncer to like train while fighting, in a sense. Like he's just literally doing what he's the best at, which is fighting, and just being a bouncer at a bar, throwing drunks out of bars every night.
That makes sense.
Fast brawler.
Right, so
Oh
it's
my
like
goodness. Okay,
it's not
so
super difficult for Krez to like train and being a barbarian because all he has to do is fight. So the best way to do it is like, hey, I can go train and get paid, right? And it's like the bartender that's gonna hire me too, because Krez being as dumb as he is, offers him like, I'll make you a deal. I'll pay you 4 silver a night to be a bouncer. And Krez just like, oh, that sounds fucking fantastic. Absolutely, take it.
yeah,
Write checks all day,
makes
you know.
sense.
It's like Krez isn't making a lot of money, but he's getting to beat people up and get paid for it.
yeah, it's like essentially you're working just enough to take care of your living expenses and get the training that you need,
Right.
or maybe just without making it cost so much.
Yeah.
So, you're wanting to just gain the 1 level then?
I wanted to gain 2. I wanted to get
You wanted to gain 2?
correct.
Are we all going to be different levels going into the next part?
It's fucking seeming like it.
If it's not okay, I'll take just the 1. But I wanted to basically get to 10 since I saw like we're gonna have 90 days of downtime and it's only 20 days to get to level 9 and then 20 more days to get to level 10. It's like, what the hell else is Krez gonna do, right? He's gonna try and fight shit and level up. That's literally all he's gonna do.
That's all he's been doing so far, or
Right.
eating strange creatures.
Right, and the other thing he's gonna do that's unsuccessful is he's gonna be trying to find a belt of Dwarven kind, and he's gonna like find a cheap imitation knockoff that costs him like 500 gold, but it's not gonna do shit.
Yeah, it's offered as like,
It just grows him a
The-
beard.
You
Yeah,
grow like
they-
2 or
they-
3 squiggly hairs, not a full beard.
it doesn't give you any strength. It just makes you grow like a very patchy,
No,
off-colored
it's
beard.
not gonna do anything. He's just gonna be told it does this, and he's gonna believe it. It's literally just gonna be like a regular like leather belt. The whole
Like a WWE belt.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
I knew a guy who traded a cow for magic beans once.
Like
You're just like in
that's-
denial. Like the beard will come in soon.
Like he's gonna like every day he's gonna wake up and be like, "Ah, almost there. I can kind of feel it, but it's not there because it's like he bought
Rubbing
a
his chin.
leather belt for 500 gold pieces.
Christ! Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, the way that I'm getting that is you're spending, Okay, so let me just re-see if I did that right. So you're gonna go all the way to 10th level then.
Right.
So that's gonna be 40 days of just dedicated training time to that, and 80 gold pieces spent.
Right.
You letting us level up multiple levels?
Yeah,
I mean, you
like
guys
I'm
have
like,
the time. If you want
Well-
to spend, if you want to change,
well, I
if
mean,
you
I
wanna change
figured
what you
like
said-
training with the sword every day would count as like working towards leveling up if we're going by that standard, and then just like 40 gold, then fuck yeah.
well, I
I'll
mean,
take-
if that's what you guys want to do, you can just spend the time leveling up if that's like the more desirable trait to you.
I was basing it off of the fact that like I'm a barbarian, all I'm gonna do is fight. Like I don't know paladin artificer wise if it's different, but it's like we have nothing but time for 90 days. Like what the hell else is Krez gonna do?
And like all Helena is doing is like getting ready to do the thing that her paladin stuff actually does, which is learn Undercommon to go back down and fight the fucking princes of
And the
Right.
dragons.
right. Well, not the dragon, but the two demon princes are like that's literally what the paladin thing is. So I mean, like I guess I just don't understand why that works for Krez, but it wouldn't also apply to anybody else
Well,
who's
the
doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like-
that was just kind of, it was kind of isolated with, because I know that Lithius wanted to spend time improving all of those stones. That would have taken the better part of a day. You guys took, or he wanted to also, oh god, we gotta.
I'm sorry I threw a fucking wrench in
Uh,
this whole thing. I should have just like gone. I'll go
Well,
one
it kind of
level.
fucked me up too, and I realized that the training cost wasn't per day.
Yeah, it's just total
So-
training cost. Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes things different. And I kind of feel like now that we have the gold set out, and now that I know that, because that is a very appealing kind of offer to say, hey, pay $40 or 40 gold and spend 20 days, and you'll gain a full ass level.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a very appealing offer. So I mean, if we like, maybe we should go back through and just double check to see, now that we know what we know, if that's what you guys really want to do. Because after this 3 months, quote unquote, is over, it's set in stone. So
How many levels can we level up?
By my count, 3. Right, because getting to 11th level is 30 days. Right, so you wouldn't be able to complete
Yes.
the additional level to 12.
I will also say that just from like a party standpoint, from like a player's standpoint, I think we should all be the same level. Just because you don't want to have any like bitterness or like, you know, like you don't want anybody like left behind.
Sure.
Or like, because if you've got one person who's at like level 8 and one person who's at level 10, like that's a very different like power dynamic, you know? So, like,
yes. And that's why usually when that stuff happens, like in the past that I've seen, is that
and this isn't me just
higher
like
level.
being like, this is like, we're doing this wrong. It's like me being like, is this really what we want to do as like a party? Is like have a bunch of people at different levels.
right. And I was just giving my opinion that even if you are at a lower level, that doesn't mean that you're gonna stay at a lower level forever. And
Right.
I wouldn't like make that happen.
Excuse me.
Here I was thinking I had everything like just sorted out where it was gonna be super easy, and then I say something that makes everybody like, wait, what the fuck? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold up.
So
Well, I mean, level 11's pretty badass. So
Right. So it's like,
yeah, so like maybe let's go back through this really quick. Just double check get all of our ducks in a row and see what we really, really, really want to do here. So we'll just do the thing that we got all the gold together, and we'll say that it's been that you guys like took a week together to get this gold together, get these gems in a sense where they're good enough to sell. Wheeling and dealing with the excuse me, the Grom family.
I never sold those mushrooms Helena gave me.
Right, you just kept
Did you
those,
want to
right?
work that out now? Well, I wanted to sell them, but it just never came around.
Okay, so
She ended up
We'll say
not
that
really
you-
selling them.
we could say that you found another salesman that was willing to give you, because really they're not worth that much, other than the exotic properties. It's just like it's like going to Hawaii and buying a watermelon, or not a watermelon, or like a pineapple, and it'd be like, oh, they're like $5 because they're cheap as fuck here, and then you go to the Midwest, and it's like, oh, this is like a $16 pineapple. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but
I don't know if this matters, but I rolled a dirty 27 for deception.
I think that's just called
Can I
a
just,
27.
can I just deceive people that they're worth a hell of a lot more?
how are you trying to do that?
Well, I would be selling them as magic mushrooms. Yeah.
What do you say that claims that they are magic? Because in
These
a world of
mushrooms,
magic,
depending on the phase of the moon and the positioning of them, can give you multiple benefits. 1, they can make you feel highly euphoric and laugh really hard. 2, they can have healing benefits. 3, they could possibly feed your family and your village for an entire year or more, depending on size. And the list goes on. I'm going to create a thing for every phase.
okay,
You're a scumbag and you know it.
I'm a scumbag
I
and you
love-
love it, is what you mean.
I fucking love that you're sticking to your guns of just like, I'm gonna fuck everyone over. Anyone that I meet, fuck them.
I'm a rogue. I do what I want.
That's legit. It's fucking hysterical. Okay, so let's just say that you find somebody that's I'm not gonna say willing, dumb enough to think that that's true. And he offers
That guy
you,
that wants to sell the cow.
he offers you 150 gold pieces for all of it.
Done.
Done?
Done. I tell him not to eat it all in one place.
He eats them all immediately. And you
I'm
just
going
want
to
to go through it.
Guys.
I'm gonna literally just
Oh,
disappear.
Argyle, what have you
You just
done?
go through like a cavalcade of different transformations: big, small, wide, thin, and then it just immediately, all of a sudden, he just gone.
And there's
Nobody told you
Argyle
they were
walking
gonna eat them all.
away. Walking
Uh,
away.
Argyle's gonna like put his hands up and cautiously, like slowly step back, and then just kind of gone.
Run away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go.
See,
I exploded.
turn around to move off, and Cogsworth is back there just shaking his head at you.
You saw nothing.
Just be glad Helena wasn't there.
So, this is Helena's fault because you did hand them to the rogue.
He said he was going to sell them.
I'm going to find Helena and divvy the profit with her.
Okay, so then between all of you that got gold, you guys got an extra percentage of 150 gold.
Yeah. Well, divided by what? 6 there.
I'm just, yeah.
1
But I
second
mean,
there.
Hab's rich, so we can just.
Alright, divided by 5. That's 30 more gold piece a piece.
Sorry, like the difference between like Megan above table and Helena in table is like hilarious because she's like, yes, between 6, and I'm like, yeah, well, he's rich, he can fucking deal.
I'm not worried about it. That's blood money. Right? He imploded a guy. Right? I don't want no part of it.
Alright, well,
Hey, there was-
Argyle is
There was
going
no
to
blood.
Argyle is going to divide it up, and he's going to take 30 gold for himself and give Helena the rest to do as she pleases. If she wants to give it to the rest.
And it's just, it goes to everybody. Like, she doesn't keep things for herself that she doesn't need.
Well, if that's the thing, then I'm gonna take just 25. And I'm gonna, yeah. And then everyone else will get 25 at that point, including Habs.
Okay.
80.
So another 25 gold.
All right, I'm going to take a second. If you guys want to as well, let's take a 10-minute break just to use the bathroom, get a drink, get up and
Switch
moving,
laundry.
and we'll meet back here.
Sounds like a plan.
Guys, I
Okay,
have
I
access
think-
to Revivify now, so I can actually raise people if they die. But it's going to be 300 gold and diamonds a pop, so I'm going to have to get some diamonds here.
We'll get some diamonds.
When we come back there, I got questions about increasing ability scores. Oh, this guy's still awake, huh? Surprising. Huh? Well, it's a little later than you're usually up.
I don't work tomorrow, did you?
Oh, fuck, that's right. You took Monday off.
We're not just in the paper business. We're in the people
Monday's
business.
Memorial Day.
Let's meet some of the folks who make the Scranton brand so special. This is Stanley Hudson, one of our talented salesmen, an African-American father of two. Stanley's dedication is no doubt one of the hallmarks of the foundation of the business we're hoping to build our business on. Footage around the office, edited it together.
Hey,
on my
we hear everything you're saying, bro.
Probably not.
Argyle,
Yeah,
can you
We
mute?
hear everything is going on in your household
my bad.
and your neighbor's household. Thank you. So are we doing this? Are we going to level 11?
Is that what we want to do?
Heck yeah.
My bad. I turned down the call volume and didn't mute it.
Are you asking us? It's been fine since you changed it originally.
Lithius,
Yes, sir.
do you think your parents would sponsor us and want to work in a collaboration thing?
They're pretty busy people. I mean, they're running a business and a part of a group within the city. What exactly would it detail?
Us helping them as well as like them helping us, kind of like they would be our shop that we go to for mostly everything. The people that we channel things through, we kind of be like business partners, supplying them with items, bringing it to them first, spreading the word of their shop, getting more customers to them.
All that good stuff. Yeah, Lithius has been kind of like the son that they just couldn't get rid of for
Mhm.
years and years. Like, what, 30s, 40s, still living in his parents' basement, still working for him.
Ma,
So,
Ma,
finding out that he's got friends, they're all pretty excited. So, yeah, they'll definitely be excited to have more people around for Lithius.
perfect.
I'm sure they will be more than happy to help out.
And then this is a random knowledge question. I don't know if this would have to be a homebrew thing. I talked to Nick about. Are wormholes a thing? Is there like a way to make wormholes?
You're talking about Dunamancy. Something
What?
that's there's something available in like the Critical Role content. You can get into like Dunamancy, which is gravitation time and such like that, where you can get into some like pretty sick shit. But that usually requires you to be a drow in the Critical Role world.
Holy shit! Okay.
But this is not the Critical Role world. So
I'm gonna see how Nick feels about it and maybe homebrew an item there.
Anybody looking for purchase of a magic item or anything?
I'm gonna buy some magical potions before we go anywhere.
I want that fucking rod of tentacles from your parents back.
Ah,
you already have a wand.
I'm gonna be Argyle.
That's already gone.
No, it's not.
They've got lots of friends that they'd be able to sell that fast, I'm sure.
No, because at the moment it comes my turn, I was gonna say the first thing that happened as soon as it went to their hands, I'd want to make a deal with them. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try so hard. I want that Rod of Tentacles.
The dildo of Cthulhu.
You guys stole me a sex toy, and I'm gonna use it.
You could probably
That was
find
the most-
somebody with one in like the brothel district.
Yeah, that was the most expensive item that we had, I think.
Yeah, you sold it to them for like 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if I can work something, get it back, and then like, yes, pop up behind people like that thing I sent in the chat there.
You're gonna steal from Lithius's family? That's a little rude.
I'm not gonna steal. I'm gonna work out a deal. I'm gonna work with them. I want them to sponsor us. I want them to be our Gilmore, essentially.
Terrible. Just you know, Lithius, your rogue friend wants to rob you.
I don't know, my parents would probably think of it as more work than it's worth.
I don't want to
Probably.
rob them. I just want to seduce them.
Yeah, they would probably just want us to go away and go adventuring. Kill bad guys, and then come back when we have more interesting things to show them.
That's the plan.
All I want to know is, are we going to level 11?
That's the furthest you can go. I was only going to 10.
I'm down to level up. I just want to see about getting my wisdom up boosted as well, because I stupidly dumped my stats into intelligence accidentally.
Well, remember, and getting an ability score increase is like 80 days. So you wouldn't get the level up grades if you did that.
You were cutting out. Say that again.
But to get an ability score increase is 80 days.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's like, so that's why I couldn't do my 2 levels and increase my strength. I had to only do either the 2 levels or the other one.
Fuck, I didn't realize it was that big of a difference on the skills. Okay. Okay.
Question: why do we have only 3 months to stay here?
Because that's the town time between the events that happen of us getting out and what's going to happen next.
Excuse me. Oh, shit. Wrong button.
I have returned.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Like, I did speak to Lucian for Yulin. Because basically over the next 90 days, he'd just get the 2 levels up.
I figured that's what you would do.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go through the whole list anyways of you guys. I just want to reassess, because now that we know that apparently it does not cost, that there is a price to gaining levels, it is time and money. And apparently the price is not that expensive.
I mean, the price not being expensive makes sense, right? Because you're going to be doing the things that you actively do in adventuring to get it, but what you've been doing
I'm
is 90
sorry,
days
but
of
I didn't.
downtime.
I mean, that's, you guys are utilizing your abilities, doing what you can.
Eat your bones. Stop looking at my Cheetos. Go away. My dog is.
No,
trying to
I
eat
want
it.
your Cheetos.
The dog wants my Cheetos over his bone.
I mean, do you blame him?
Oh no, I've never eaten a dog bone.
So what do we find out in the few months that we're up top about what's been going on the surface, if anything? Big news or
You do hear a little bit of talk here and there because I'm sure in this 3 months that you guys have shared a little bit of the stuff that you saw in the Underdark
For sure.
and how that demon princess might be about. You've heard a little bit of rumors of tremors in the realm near the Evermoors, where you guys resurfaced. Heard of a lot more traffic coming from the Underdark that has ever been recalled before, and that's about it.
How much the potion of
Hello?
healing cost? No, actually not healing, but what you call that?
Hold on.
Greater healing.
Did we establish what we were willing to accommodate there, Nick? Level up wise.
What? Oh, I was gonna go through each of you again and say, like, redistribute what you guys wanted to do with your 90 days. Now that you know the cost to train a level is not that much, it just mostly is time and money. Like, I was just gonna go through it again just to make sure you guys were happy with your choices.
No, I think most of us would just go up the levels because we'll be able to get
Okay.
the same things from leveling up that we would be getting from.
Yeah, if that's what you guys want to do, I'm totally cool with like having you
let's
guys
do that.
spend this time. Okay, so
So you guys want to go up to
is that
level
what you want
11?
to do as well?
You guys want to go up to level 11?
It goes to 11.
That's the maximum amount of things that we can accomplish is 3 levels in that 90
You
days.
could probably do 4 levels in 80 days if it's 20 days a level.
No, because going from 10 to 11 is 30 days. 5 to 10
Yes.
is 20 days.
Oh, so it's like 10 days after there, eh?
Yeah, so essentially, if you spent all night from level 8 to level 11, if you spent all of these 90 days training in that, you would pay, or it would take you a total of 90 days, and the jump from 8 to 10 would be 40 of those days, costing you a total of 40 gold pieces per
level.
20-day allotment.
So it's 20 days per level, though, right?
For 5 through 10. To get to 11th
Yes.
is 30 days.
Oh,
It would
okay.
cost. Yeah. So like I'm trying to say, I wish I could write it down, but it's like from 8 to 10, it'd be a total of 40 days.
So it's like 20 days from like 5 to 10, and then up it goes to 30 days for the next set of levels.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Got
okay,
it.
okay.
Let's go up to
Okay.
11. And what is the gold cost for the higher level from 10 to 11?
It'd be a
It'd
total
be
of
60.
140 gold to do the
Okay.
3 levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay. So then each of you would mark off 140 gold.
And I'd lose the additional 500
And
for that fake belt.
yes.
Whoops.
And anything else you might have bought in that free time.
So I got some
Bye.
questions of things there.
Sure.
I wanted to talk to like Lucius and the shop. As soon as that rod of tentacles went in there, I wanted to tell him that I wanted it and try to work a deal out with him where I want them to sponsor us essentially, and I want to try to see if like we can bring items and like keep a discount going if we keep going strictly to them, spreading word of them around and everything. Kind of get a little discount on buying wares and keep supplying them with more wares and items that they could sell.
Well, that's a pretty big kind of bluff because
It's not a bluff.
Not
It's something I
only-
want to actually work on.
But you're trying to say that you'd give them business by spreading the word and bringing them a steady supply of magic items. But that also entails that you would have to have a steady supply of magic items.
Well, I would
the stuff that
explain,
you hear-
obviously, any interesting items or items of value that we find along the way of our adventures would essentially be theirs.
I feel like that
okay.
is
They would be the first
something
person that
they
we would
get anyway.
potentially. But
They're
there are closer stores. Every town we go to is going to have a closer store that we can sell our wares. I'm offering a strict business deal with them, a partnership.
Yeah, and they're kind of just like, I mean,
God damn it!
I
well,
feel
I
like we've already made our money back with that
They're pretty
tentacle
old.
rod.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to steal the rod.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to level up and steal that rod. I tried to be nice. I really
Their
tried.
shop is really thief
yeah, it's like
protective.
they got
I mean-
surveillance.
You probably just want to steal it from the person who bought it.
We didn't sell it, did we? Or did they sell it immediately?
That was one of the first
You
things that we
don't-
sold.
It was one of the first
I
things you
worked
sold,
with
and honestly, you don't know.
All right. Well, then I'm definitely going to attempt to break in and find the item or find a log of who they sold it to and track down that item. I will use my caravans and stuff. I will find that item. Or my contacts on my caravans. I will talk to the caravan masters, the CD sailors, the couriers, everyone.
You could
Even if
just
it costs
ask
you a
the
level?
pirates. You could just
Well, they
ask
could just go out and spread word on the network. It takes me 5 minutes to tell, like, well, maybe not 5 minutes, but a few minutes to start telling people, and then they spread word for me. And then it takes, 40 days to level up to level 11 and the 140 gold? That still leaves me 50 days to acquire the item.
No. It takes
To go from 8 to 11, it takes you a whole 90 days. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. From 8 to 9, it's 20 days. From 9 to 10, it's another 20 days. Would be
That's
40 at that
40.
point. And then another level to 11, that'd be another 30 days. So that'd be a total of 90 days of training
70 by my
just to
count.
get to level 11.
Well, I thought it
30,
was
40,
20
50,
days per. I thought
70.
it was 20 days per level. And then you
At
okay?
the
Wait, I
lower
got confused.
levels.
I'm going to copy and paste this.
Yeah, please do. I want to overlook that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take too long on this.
It's 20 days
Oh, no, you're fine.
per level for the next 2 levels, then 30 days the following. So it's a total of 70 days. to
Can I
do
have
that.
Lucius load my dice set?
I mean, that's not impossible.
Okay, so I'm gonna have loaded dice. All right, so 5th to 10th, 20 days per level, and then up to 11th is 30. So 8 to 9,
And,
9 to 10, and then 30. So 40 and 30.
And yeah, you guys are right. That is about 70 days total of you guys
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
Which is perfect because I had something else that I wanted to explain to you all.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so yeah, I want to. I still want that rod, so I will do the levels, and then I will over that time have my caravan people search for it and find it, and then I'm gonna fucking do it immediately. Like immediately, the moment it was sold, I want to try to acquire that. Or you know what I mean? The
So-
moment it switched hands to Lucius or who is whichever, oh, all this went into works.
Okay. So you go during this time, you go back to the Grom family store. I can't remember what you guys called it. I think it's Bits and Pieces
bric-a-brac.
or something like that. Bric-a-brac. Yeah, you go into Bric-a-brac to see kind of with them like who might have sold this to. And Lucian, knowing that you guys are friends of Lithius and all, he kind of doesn't really hide it. He says that he sold it to your previous employer.
My previous
The one
employer.
that yes, the one that you've been already tasked by the Raven Queen
That's even
to
better.
dispose of.
Oh, that's even better.
And also, all separately, as all of you guys are all kind of doing your training, around the last day of training, you are visited by a small fairy. And
With
they
a
give
dragon?
you
Sorry.
no,
was a
actually,
really
it's a whole
deep
ass. It's
Throwback
actually
to
a
that
fairy
first
riding a
game.
whole ass human that is wearing a collar and chain, kind of like a horse.
Okay.
And, and they're just like, an invitation for you, ma'am, or sir, and they walk away.
What's the invitation say?
The invitation on the inside, it says, "Come one, come all, to the this year's Dark Carnival
Hold up.
entrance."
Wait a minute. Dark Carnival? Have you seen my tattoos?
Who, yours?
Yeah, like me personally, not like Krez. Me personally.
No, not that I know of. Why?
Hey, you understand? You know who the Insane Clown Posse is, right?
I know of them.
Okay, their whole gimmick was the Dark Carnival, and I have a Hatchet Man tattooed on my arm. So like,
Well, fuck, I didn't even know that.
so you're like invite to the
Wow.
Dark Carnival. I'm like, let's all go to the Dark Carnival. Sorry, I'm okay. Old habits. Continue.
It's all good. But yeah, you all get invited to this quote unquote Dark Carnival. And it's the note also seems to be like in the fashion of a giant pull tab ticket. It kind of seems like this is your entrance ticket as well. After you've been given the message, shortly after, whether you're looking at them or not, the fairy and the human that is naked that are riding just disappears.
Naked, male, female.
Male.
Cool. We talking 3, 6, 9 inches? What are we talking here? I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I'm drinking.
I'm not.
Continue.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna answer that. What does everybody do in reaction to getting the individually? What do you think everyone would be thinking as they get this?
I don't have time for this.
Krez is like, sweet a carnival. I'm going.
Argyle's intrigued. He's gonna go. He'll be intrigued.
Lithius is probably working nose to the grindstone, fingers in inky books, doing little magical experiments, having his mom and his dad teaching him stuff. So he's going to be pretty busy probably.
What about Hab Waters? What would Hab do after getting this invitation? Would he be going, or would he be sticking to his guns of what he's been doing?
Not gonna step away from my training and stuff like that, right? But I like to figure out who this weird carnival is.
Okay. Essentially, it's just an invitation to join in with a carnival that's coming into town soon called the Dark Carnival.
With my training.
And this will be at the end of your training.
All right.
Oh,
Is it like a traveling carnival type thing?
Yeah, exactly like the traveling carnival. Kind of like only in town for the night. Have fun while you can.
If it's only in town for a night, I'd probably take a break from the books and go and have some fun.
Right, like even Helena, as you're like, I don't have time for this. Like even the fairy is like, it'll be fun. You can even win some prizes in the games.
Krez would find Helena and be like, hey, just not a date. But you want to go to this carnival with me? We can have some fun and win some cool things.
as long as she's like, If he's about to go to a carnival that a fey person riding a naked person invited him to, and she's like, oh, just make sure that he doesn't go and like get dead. Yeah, so she'll go.
Okay.
Sweet.
So
We're going to a carnival.
So it explains that this is just to the south of town, just on the outskirts. You guys all gather together and start heading that way. You start to see and hear the sounds of drums and other horned instruments blowing in unison as they play some kind of discordant melody throughout that can be heard throughout the grounds of this carnival. Large red and white striped tents take up the space, along with vendors and other salesmen selling food and chances to play their games. At the gates of this carnival, you all see he resembles an Earth Genasi man. He is wearing a purple top hat and a purple, very flamboyant looking suit. But that's not the thing that stands out about him the most. What stands out about him the most is that he is floating in the air, maybe like 5 feet, and he is kind of got like a string of tickets surrounding him, kind of like haphazardly, just kind of floating there. And he
Okay,
sees you all and
kinda-
says,
Our guy was gonna kind of eye him up and down, keep his distance, but just you know.
yeah, and he just looks at you and says, "Oh, hello today. Are you here for the call?"
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, you broke
He
up.
says, "Hello. Are you here for the carnival? Are you here for the fun?"
I just kind of look at him and go, yeah.
Okay, wonderful, splendid. Please, hand me your tickets, please.
I hand over the invite.
Cries without a second fashion goes, I got my ticket right here. Let me in.
And then as like you all start handing your tickets to him, and he says, like he starts to like all sniff you, getting really close to you. And says, you do smell like the Underdark.
Oh no! Don't be
You look like
sniffing
you
on
said.
me.
Yeah, our guy was
He
gonna
takes
step
you-
away and not get sniffed.
As you step away, he goes, "What's wrong? Are you scared of me? It's not like I'm spitting spores or anything."
I'm scared of two things
Fear
in
is not
life.
it. Our guy was gonna hear him say spores and just kind of stare at him.
What scares me the most is the fact that we've been here for 3 months and nobody's showered. Right? That scares me the
I've
most.
showered.
Oh my god! Nobody canonically is like, "I take a shower."
It's very clean.
But there's only two things in this world that scare me, good sir. And only two things. And one of them's standing next to me. And the other thing is
Helena
not even on
nods.
this plane. Okay? And let me tell you something. Hell hath no fury like Helena when she's mad. Okay?
This
Now, I
is
was
true.
told there was prizes and events to go on at this carnival. Are you gonna sniff me or are you gonna let me in?
He takes your ticket, and he just in the same like very happy attitude that he has. He's just like, "Oh yes, hello, enjoy the carnival," and he just kind of immediately stops paying attention to you and starts taking other tickets from people, like almost unfazed of everything that you've told him. And even as you're passing, he's like still making eye contact with you, Argyle. He has not broke contact with it.
Neither have I.
Like,
Neither have
Not
I.
even,
How does warp
not even
sight
to
work?
blink.
Can I like keep my eyes on him and get a distance?
From a distance.
Because I know I can like look around 180 degrees. I can bend like up to 180 degrees, but how far can I go? Where can you know?
What do you mean?
There's the spell warp sight, and I want to know how exactly it works. Because
Is that a homebrew?
no,
Are you sure?
I'll look
it's
it
a
up.
cleric. It's a divination cantrip from the clerics thing. The spell bends light directly to your eyes. This spell can be used to look around corners, check small places for items, and watch someone behind an obstruction.
No, I just need to know, like, does it have a page from the player's handbook, or does it have a version?
I don't entirely know. There's a little book that says R beside the thing, but I don't know where it comes from.
From where I found it, it's a homebrew Spells and Shadow.
Yeah,
Monster.
like I was like, I'm pretty sure that one's a homebrew. Because I was looking at it and I was like, oh shit, that's homebrew. I can't have that.
How the fuck do I have a homebrew in my spells list of things?
It's probably something that we were all shared from like our. Like if one of us has it someplace, it gets shared to everybody.
Oh, god
Right.
damn it. I can't even use that then. God damn it.
Right. But yeah, either way, you're looking at him, and right as you decide to stop looking at him and finally like turn on to walk with the crew, you kind of hear like a little bit of like a voice in your head. Give me a wisdom save really quick.
Okay. You had to pick on my worst fucking one. 16.
Oh yes. Yeah, you hear in your head just as like a little whisper, have fun.
I'm gonna think, go fuck yourself.
You just hear a laugh, like a cackling laughter as it like very quickly comes out of your consciousness, this sound. And yeah, as you guys enter the campgrounds or the fairgrounds, there's games everywhere. Some kids are playing this game where they're taking these little brown balls and they're throwing them up a little track into holes. There's a game with a ball that you seem to have to roll it into a little dip in these bars. Essentially, your favorite carnival games. And at the other side of the campgrounds, there is another tent that seems to be a little bit smaller than the rest, and there are two jesters outside of it, and they seem to be kind of like dancing around, messing with each other, playing tricks on each other to get attention from the patrons.
The moment Argyle is out of sight of the Earth Ganassi there and like blended in with the crowd, I want to like stealth and then just start exploring, looking for things in this circus, this carnival of darkness.
So there was a ball game.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nat 20 on that anyways. I don't even have to roll with advantage.
31.
So Argyle's just like, gone.
Yeah. So you just kind of like walk backwards into the shadows and by. Yeah, there is a kind of like skee ball. Is that what you were trying to get into?
Oh yeah, Chris is gonna play, but he's not gonna
Okay.
roll them. He's gonna chuck them at the hole.
Okay, so make me a let's say strength check.
That's gonna be 19.
Okay, so you managed to get a reasonable score to at least get a prize. And the man that ends up handing you a prize, he seems to be very gelatinous in nature, almost kind of like an ooze, but seemed to be keeping the form of a human. And he kind of like excretes a little ticket out of his form and says, "You can keep this and exchange it for a small prize, or you can win 5 and you can get a big prize."
Oh, I'm gonna go for the big 5. Let's go.
Okay, so to do that, you will have to win at least each game 2 times, or at least two games you'd have to win, and then you'd have to win a different one.
Okay. So what? Strength
So-
checks again.
Yeah, if you want to do the skee ball game again, be another strength check.
Okay.
You just have to do better than you did last time.
22.
Yeah, so this time, like the last time you were getting like 40s, 40, 40, 30, and then another 50. This time you hit like the majority of the balls you had in the 50 slot. And the attendant yet again secretes another ticket from their gelatinous form and hands it to you.
Wonderful.
That's 2. 3 to go.
Yeah. How the hell am I supposed to beat a 19 again?
That was just for that game.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, moving on to another game. This one will be a dexterity check.
Oh,
And this one, you just got to beat an 18.
I'm not gonna beat an 18 with the 14. Dexterity is a little worse for me.
Yeah, so you go to push the ball and you push it way too hard and it comes rolling back. And they're like, oh, you got to be just a little bit more careful. You push too hard, it'll come all the way back. You want it to stay right in that little lip.
I'll roll again.
Okay?
Still not gonna do it with a 15.
Yeah, you do the same thing, but and it comes back and he goes, no, you're pushing too hard.
What other games are here? Because apparently this isn't my game.
There is a hammer game where you can hit this platform and ring the bell at the top.
I think you should do that one.
Let's do that one. Strength check this time?
Yes.
Damn.
This one you'll just have to beat a 19.
19.
And that's not on the die. That's just a 19 total.
Okay.
All right. So the 13, you get it about 3/4 of the way up, but it doesn't make it all the way up. Hi, Ulin.
Rez goes into a rage and
Oh,
swings
Ulin
his
wakes
head.
up in a wagon 9 months later.
Somehow making level 11.
Damn, still only 16. Even in a rage swinging. I rolled double 13s. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, you get pissed when you realize that didn't ring the top, and this time you hit it super hard. You're even looking up like, hit that fucking bell. And it just gets so close, but it does not hit the bell.
Swinging again.
At this point, watching your endeavors, the 2 jesters from the other attraction have come to watch you. And this time you managed to not only hit the bell, you shot no, you didn't do that. You actually like kind of cracked the platform that you hit with the hammer. So it's not that it can't be used, but it's now it's damaged. You're probably gonna have to replace it at some point.
I was out slipping into that tent when the 2 jesters walk away.
Okay, you go inside, and you see just the dirty insides of a tent. Like it almost looks like think of like the big top from the carnival when you would go in and watch what they would do in there. Except there is a numerous amount of white rings, and instead of them being concentric, like one inside of the other, they're all separate and they're all spread around the room.
I'm gonna investigate around the area, see if I find anything.
Okay, so give me an investigation check.
19.
So you find the one thing that you do know is that all of these circles, they're not drawn on with chalk. They're not painted on in any way. They seem to be somehow radiating some sort of light from the ground. Not in like a light, not in like a, I'm gonna light the room kind of way. More like a, almost like a glow pen. Like some kind of like magic writing has been done here.
Okay.
Or at least that's what you can discern.
I'll cast
somehow this
detect
is
magic
glowing.
on it. I'll cast detect magic on it and learn its school of magic, if any.
Oh, now I just gotta do somebody's or double check something. Okay, cool. Thanks for that not answered.
Evocation, usually, if you don't know.
You can tell that this is actually conjuration magic.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah. All right. And with that, if Argyle sees nothing else interesting in there, he's going to sneak out of the tent again and continue going around pickpocketing everyone he can see. And
All right, so we'll get.
when he comes across the group, he's going to inform them of what he's found, like as he passes by them in the crowds.
All right, so I'll have you just roll a sleight of hand, and we'll get back to the results of that after we catch back up with Uwin.
Sounds
We gotta do
good.
some. Did you do your level up, sir?
And deduct your
No.
140
Or-
gold
Yeah.
and add 3,056 gold.
And then minus 140 from that.
Wait, okay. Pretty sure I got a new skill that changes that. Oh wait, no, not yet, did I? Oh yeah, that's level up.
Nick, at some point too, during all of that, Helena would want to go get a set of like 10 platinum rings worth 50 gold or 50 gold each, if possible.
Yeah, if you had the time, go ahead.
All right,
Just deduct the amount that you spent.
thank you.
I rolled a 17 on that sleight of hand check.
Cool. We'll get to that in a second. I believe. Just checking back in with Ulin. Yeah, we'll just let him do that. We'll just say that Ulin showed up a little bit later. He met the ticket master, who gave him a hard time, and then finally let him in. So as you all are watching Krez hit this platform with a hammer, try and ring the bell, the two jesters come up beside him on either side, and they say, made of muscles. Too bad he's not made of brains. And they kind of slap each other's knees, not their own, and they laugh in a cackling sense. And then they kind of like,
Am I supposed to be insulted by you two midgets?
as you reply, like they grab each other's arms and they like interlock each other's legs, and they kind of like contort into a shape where they can roll backwards
Weird.
to the right in front of you at the end of the platform. And they're like, yeah, you big dummy. This is fun. But aren't you worried about something a little bit more exciting? Like, aren't you guys here to have fun?
They're in a ball on the edge of the platform.
No, they just kind of like rolled, like they kind of like grappled onto each other and rolled kind of in a weird ass way. And then like uncontorted at the end.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because if they're still in a ball, I'm gonna grab them and put them on the block and then smack the block.
No, they're just like, you guys want to have some real fun?
I'm intrigued. What's real fun?
Well, if you come with me and my bro here, we will show you the greatest things you've ever seen.
Look,
Does Helena trust them? Or think that they're telling the truth? Because, like, she's never been to a carnival before, so she's just sort of, like, eating a turkey leg and, like, has, like, another fistful of, like, meat on a stick from, like, the vendors and is just, like, staring at these weird bendy people, like, I'm not sure whether this is a true thing or not, but you're very weird and very bendy. So,
If you'd like to try and discern if they're trustworthy, I'll let you make a insight check.
with my amazing insight. Yeah, 8. She's absolutely like, yes, this seems like the right thing to do.
Nice.
So she just starts following them, like, while eating a big turkey leg and meat on a stick.
Krez just carries the hammer with him as he goes, alright, let's go see something fun.
Okay. I'm assuming Lithius and Lithius is going with them then, I guess?
Yeah, I'm just kind of following the crew.
Okay. And then I'm assuming Ulan would be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you working on your character sheet right now?
I have
I'm
been.
wondering. I got a question. How much gold do I add for this?
You're adding
you-
3,056.
So I think it was a total of 3,000
62.
and
62.
3,062.
How much do I take?
And
away?
then it would 140.
And then there's also the plus 30 for the magic mushrooms that I sold.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So we'll call it
It's just
yeah,
3,092.
3,092.
Okay.
And yeah, and then most importantly, don't forget to level yourself up to level 11.
and then at some point I want to do some shopping.
Also, speaking of which, Hab Waters, I know you were level 7 when you started, to which, yeah, I was kind of going to have you do that anyways. But you did take the 3 levels up. Would you not want to get your character up to level 10? Or did you just do the 1 day of training?
I did the 1 level up, right, to get to 8. To get to 8, right? And from 8, what do I need to do?
If you wanted to do another level, it'd just be another 20 days and 40 gold pieces. Technically, since you were level 7, you could get all the way to level 10 in the course of 60 days, which would kind of put you on pace with what the rest of the group is doing. The only difference is that level 11, you could take the last 30 days of your downtime and do the training and get to level 11, matching the rest of your players. But it's almost like you wouldn't be at this carnival either. You would still have to be taking this time to train.
Well, you said it was
So
this carnival was at the end of the training.
Yes, but that's what. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say is, when we started this whole downtime thing in training, you were already at level 7, which is kind of what I had you planned anyways. I was going to have you, since you died, come back with your next character a level lower than what your last character was. So we got that on board. You were at level 7, while everybody else was at level 8 at that time. Correct?
Right now, it would be like 40 days, right, plus 80 gold pieces for those 40 days, and at 140, 80, 120, and 60 days. It would have cost me 120 and 60 days worth of trading.
Yeah. And that would get you to level 10.
Right.
And what I'm trying to say is that you would still have 30 days left. And what I was trying to say as well is that you could take that last 30 days and match the rest of the party who is already at level 11 after all this training. But that would also take you out of this carnival situation. Is that something you'd want to do so you would match the rest of your crew? Or do you want to forego that last level and just continue on with what's going on here?
Level 10, and go with the group to the carnival.
Sounds like a plan to me. So just make sure to change your character sheet to reflect that. And then I assume not assume, but the rest of you are all going inside the tent, following the 2 jesters.
Are you calling me a jester? Sorry.
They're like, no, that's our job.
I was making a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. I'm just fucking.
It's all good. Let's go.
So yeah, you follow them in, and this is about the time when Argyle was sneaking back up to join you all. In the process of you walking through the crowd and picking pockets, you rolled relatively good to make sure you didn't get caught. Let's see. You managed to get from pockets. You managed to collect 100 gold pieces accumulatively. Like it takes about like 5 or 6 people, but you essentially just rob them blind.
Nice.
And then like nothing happened, just come walking up with the rest of the group.
I'm gonna inform them about the white circles and that they're some sort of conjuration magic. I'm not sure if it's circus animals or what they're up to, but it doesn't
Can I
seem
go ahead
too.
and pop a detect good and evil, or like the detect. Blah 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 blah.
The divine sense.
Thank you. That yes. As we're walking in.
Yeah, you pop that, and as weird as it sounds, like you on the outside of the tent feel this feeling that's like it's like neither here nor there. And then as soon as you walk through the threshold of the tent, gone. Nothing.
Say that again for me one more time. I just want to make sure I understood it.
As soon as you walk through the tent, like the flaps of the tent, it's like your divine sense just got shut off. And you don't detect anything.
I don't like this place. Can I step back out of the tent?
You said that loud
yeah.
enough for Argyle to hear. I'm gonna agree and say neither do I.
And you turn around and both of the jesters are standing there, just kind of like with a weird smile on their face. They're like, "Oh no, don't leave yet. The fun has only begun.
Are you
Just
telling
take
me
a step
that
into those circles."
Y'all are freaky.
This
You
is
don't
just
like a couple of clowns?
No, I don't like clowns. I would like to go back outside.
Oh no, 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 no. And they start walking around you in a very scary fashion. They say, "It's too late for that. We're going to need you all to step into the circles." And then their voice gets really unnaturally low. And they say, "Now."
Stealth the fuck out.
It's hard to stealth when they're staring right at you.
That's why I'm gonna
And you want to
dip into the crowd. I'm gonna like merge in with the crowd.
We are the crowd.
There is that correct. Lithius, you said you wanted to do Arcana.
Yep. Check out those sigils, the circles, summoning circles, whatever. Determine
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
16 total.
You kind of get the same ideal that Argyle got that you don't know yet. But these are some sort of conjuration magic. And you seem to be kind of familiar with them, like a little bit of remembrance that circles like these usually teleport you to different places.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, now that you guys are
in the tent with the circles there now.
Yes.
These may transport us to different places, like separating the party.
And as you say that out loud, right?
I do. Yep.
Yeah, and they open up and they say, "Of course they do. Of course they teleport you to other places. They take you to a personal realm of personal delights. Anything that you'd love and anything that you enjoy is on the other side of that teleportation. All you must do is take the step inside."
You first.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll be
and he
right
goes and
behind
walks
you.
over. He goes and walks over, and he takes a step in, like kind of very cautiously, and hops over it. And then immediately you just see him like almost like somebody that's on some sort of illicit drugs just starts like feeling his face and his body, and he's just like, oh, it feels so nice and warm.
I
Oh yes.
I grabbed the other dude by the throat.
Oh god.
I can make better drugs than this. I come back to my mama's and daddy's house.
All right, so what do you go ahead and make me a let's do opposed athletics checks.
All right. 22.
But yeah, you definitely he tries. He's very short. He's not very tall at all. To put it in perspective, I know that Krez knows what this means, but I'm gonna pull up a picture. Actually, do you remember Zorn and Thorn from Final Fantasy?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I had that image in my mind the second you said about them, and I'm like, it's them. It's absolutely them.
Yeah, I'm posting a picture of what they look like right now because I know most of you guys don't know what that means.
Thank you.
I forget that I'm probably like, other than me and Krez, you're the only other person I know that has played that game ever.
Final Fantasy IX was the fucking best fucking Final Fantasy there was.
So yeah, these are essentially the people that you're talking to right now.
Oy.
I have posted that in Abyss chat.
Owen.
And yeah, essentially they're just trying to bid you to do that, but you grabbed him by the throat, the blue one, and he's just like, yeah, and he's just kind of like, while the other one's like, he sees what's going on, he immediately steps out of the circle and says, stop it now.
If you want your friend to live, you'll explain what the fuck you're doing here.
Okay, make me a...
I will offer the
Intimidation?
help action with the
Okay,
intimidation.
so do it with advantage. I mean, I was kind of already teetering on doing it anyways
Fuck if I get
because...
an 11.
Oh, God.
Did you get an 11?
3 and a 5. 3 and a 5 plus 6.
For fuck's sake, my like addition to that is bigger than that. My is a plus 9.
And as you start to like choke him harder to try and convince this other jester to relinquish what you want, the one that you're choking, he just starts to laugh at you. Like he was choking before, but then all of a sudden, once you start to intimidate, they both just start to laugh at the same time,
I draw
seemingly
my
unaffected
greatsword
by
and
the
start
cutting.
pushing.
What's that?
I'm drawing my greatsword and pushing it into his gut at this point.
All right, so this is where we're gonna
quickly.
this is where we're gonna start initiatives then.
All right, and then I have the aura of alertness for.
Y'all got
Yes.
Underdark PTSD going on.
So that will. Where is it? There's something I give you guys. You get a +4 bonus to initiative when you're standing within 10 feet of me.
I'm gonna use my Vigilant Blessing.
Wow. I rolled a 1 and a 2 for 3, so a total of 7 on my initiative. The dice are not liking me
Jesus.
tonight. The dice are not liking me tonight. I need to switch up.
And you got the +4 from.
Yeah,
With the +4 is 7.
yeah, I rolled a 1 and a
Jesus.
2 plus 1 to get a 3, plus 4 to make 7.
All right,
Yeah,
I got a
22 with that +4.
and I got a 24 with a +4.
I got a 26 with a +4.
Good God.
We fast.
Oh,
18 total. Alright, I don't know about the +4. What's the +4?
You get a +4 from being within 10 feet of me.
Oh, okay, so that's a 22 then.
It's just a fun paladin thing. I'm like, oh, yes, it's
Oh.
nice being friends with a paladin.
I'm glad I caught that typo because Have Waters almost had a 220 initiative.
Nice.
He
Wait, what?
went yesterday. He started working yesterday. It's fine.
All right. So first up then would be Lithius. So far as the way that the battle scene fits, you're about 40 feet away from the red jester who is standing outside of one of these circles. And the other one, the blue one, is in Krez's hands, about 35 feet away from you. And he is
Krez, you
also
can't-
restrained.
You can't just kill them because they're creepy.
No,
This isn't the Underdark.
they're fucking with us, and I don't like it.
They are, but a couple of simple spells will determine if they're nefarious in what they're trying to do.
Well, I'll hold them here. You cast spells.
Sure. So I have a wand of magic detection. I swapped some stuff around, so I'll use one of the charges as 3 charges and just
Okay.
determine immediately what type of magic is going on here. Does it look like necrotic or anything sinister? Anything on the
yes.
2 guys?
You detect heavy necromantic magic on these two.
What about on the... Okay, so yeah, a lot of necromantic magic, Krez. Do we see like magic rings or necklaces or anything that we can strip off of these two?
Not openly on their person. The only kind of like metallic anything you actually see on their person is from the bells on their hat. But other than that, that's about
There's
it.
magic on the bells of their hat.
No, I was just describing that. That was the only
Oh, okay.
metal that they had on their body.
Okay. I don't see any magic on them, but there's a lot of necromantic magic going on. With the.
It's almost like it's them in general. That's the necromantic magic.
They look like they could be undead. I call out to Krez. They're steepled in necrotic energies.
I can answer that on my turn.
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Lithius? Would Cogsworth be doing anything?
Yeah, he's gonna go up to the other one and give backup like he normally does.
Okay. So,
Get my crossbow out and ready.
Gesture A, he's going to look over at he's going to look over at Lithius and say, oh crap. Okay, ancient nihilistic. Let's think. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Suck it.
He says, "Death." Make me a wisdom saving throw.
You get a +5 on the save now.
Wait, was that me?
Groovy.
Oh no. Okay.
No, that was at Lithius.
17 total then.
Okay, so that's perfect because that's just enough to save. You for a minute just like feel some kind of magic come over you, almost making you want to laugh, like harder than you ever have laughed. But you manage to fight the urge to do so.
Excellent. Thank you.
And since you didn't like his joke, he says, "Oh well, fine. You don't want to laugh at me. I am going to
Barth in your general direction.
I'm just going to make all of your friends disappear. How about that?" And he is going to take a turn to cast a spell.
Counter spell.
Krez. God fucking damn it!
Sorry. I have that now.
Counter spell. Just kidding.
I was waiting for that to happen, but I just didn't know when it was going to happen.
It's me.
And then,
There's a reason we all
so
love
fine,
Elena.
that. So that's fine. That happens, and then finally, the jester gets so pissed off, he's just like, "Fine, fuck this dog," and he attacks Cogsworth.
That's
He gets
and
two
he
spells
misses.
and an action.
He goes, yeah, this guy has a lot of attacks. Either way, he goes to try and like claw at the dog, and he misses. Now the one in Krez's hand is going to Actually, he's just gonna allow you to hold on to him,
Yeah, damn
and
right.
he's
he
just
is.
gonna look you in the eyes, and you know that, like in your heart of hearts, that you have your hand around this guy's throat, so there should be no way this is happening. But he looks at you and he starts laughing too, and he says, God, I'm really bad at jokes. He's gonna start telling you a joke, and it doesn't seem to make any sense.
Aren't you glad I
But I
didn't
need you to
say
make me
die? Sorry.
Yeah, that actually works. He's just like, aren't you glad that you're gonna die after this? And I need you to make me a wisdom save.
You get a +5 on that.
So that's 20.
So yeah, you like kind of like Lithius. You kind of like at first you start to feel like this is really funny and that you want to laugh, but you mind over matter it, and you're like, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Helena's such a buzzkill. I'm so
I
sorry.
love it.
She's just like, no.
And then he's just gonna take 2 of his attacks at you. First one I believe is gonna hit. And that's going to do a total of 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus another 16 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Another attack coming your way. That's going to hit as well. For another 11 slashing plus another 9 necrotic damage.
Is this having my or taking the HP off of me as well till the next long rest?
Yes, it is.
So I'm down 25 HP from 104.
Yep.
Herb.
Alrighty. And with that, it's going to be Helena's turn.
She's going to present a symbol of the Raven Queen, mutter a quick pet, and to channel divinity, abjure the extraplanar. Which any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend within 30 feet that can hear me must make a wisdom saving throw. DC 17.
Okay, wonderful. You said wisdom?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, I love when the DM says, "Oh, you're kidding."
Okay, yes, cool. So, some cool stuff does happen. The one that is in Krez's hands disappears.
Okay.
You
He
had
just
one
gone.
job, Krez. One job.
The other one, though, he starts floating in the air, and like he's just doing this as a free action. He is going to just start floating and start menacingly looking at you, saying, "You're going to pay for that."
She just snarls back. Like, almost like showing, like, I feel like she's got, like, slightly pointy incisors, like a kitty, and just sort of, like, snarls and is like, I am not afraid of you.
Wait, Helena was bit by a
And
vampire.
draws Dawnbringer, which now casts light in the space.
Okay.
And so I guess, like, that's because I took an action. I've used my reaction. She's just going to move into like a more advantageous space on the board. You know how they're always like finding a way to flank one way or another or like whatnot, but she just uses her movement to do that, and then That's where we're at.
All right. And all right. So you managed to get at least close enough to start flanking with. No, you can't actually because
No, because he's floating, right? So he's just sort
Yeah.
of
So
like
you just.
I'm
yeah,
just
you're
moving.
engaging him now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Have Waters. It is your turn.
Jose.
You said these guys are floating. How far off the ground?
Just one, and he's like 5 feet in the air.
Somebody already has one of them in a grapple.
And he poofed out.
That one is. Yeah, that one's gone now. He disappeared.
Okay. So I do. I'm gonna grapple the other one. That would be unarmed strike. I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I might attempt to hold him still.
All right. So.
It's a total of 23.
Okay.
Let me see. What's the actions for this? The bloody hell. Unarmed strike, a kick, punch, headbutt, similar forceful blow, heel bludgeoning, right? But there is another.
Well, if you're
Bloody hell.
grappling him, just an athletics check, not an attack.
Oh, it's an athletics check. Okay. All right. Athletics. That's a total of 25.
Dang, Hob.
I grab him in the headlock. Grab his little
Okay.
foot. Start hitting him in the face with it. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself now.
So yeah, you're grabbing the one that is floating 5 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm grab the
Okay.
one that's floating in the air so he doesn't disappear like the other one did.
I made the other
All right,
one
cool.
disappear.
All right, so I
Yeah,
hold
you
him
go
there.
to. You go to grab this guy, and he disappears.
Bloody hell. All right. It's like, I leave you guys for 1 minute to go to the concession stand and get some popcorn in there. Now you're in an alternate universe.
With his popcorn.
Mm. There's a better way.
Okay.
I got popcorn.
So that'll bring us to Ulin. You've seen all this go down as of now, and then they just disappeared. What is Ulin thinking at this point?
What kind of sorcery is this?
A fair assessment. Do you do anything after seeing this go on? And knowing what you know about this place, what else are you going to be doing at this time?
Looting.
Okay. So, you don't have any bodies to steal from, and it doesn't seem like there's anything else in this place other than the circles. Do you want to investigate them at all? Maybe like step inside one?
Why not? It's the worst that can happen.
Okay. So yeah,
Running stuff.
you step in, and you all see Ulin step in, and as soon as he gets both feet inside one of these circle, gone.
God damn it.
And Ulin on the other side, you are standing in a black, open void. There's nothing else that you can see. You're on firm ground, or so you feel, but you can't see anything because there is nothing to see. It's not like you can't see, it's just that there's nothing. You can see yourself, you can see your body, but other than that, it's just endless void.
Void.
It was nice knowing you.
And as you start to look around to try and make sense of what's going on, you see in the distance a mind flayer. kind of like the one that you died to, and they are just very slowly and surely making their way towards you.
Oh snap!
That will be the end of your turn then. Argyle, you would be up. You watched the other two jesters disappear, and then you also watched Ulan step into a circle and disappear. What do you do?
I look at the rest of the group and I ask, are we gonna go after him there?
I know we can't go anywhere with you guys without something crazy going on.
I know. I knew that fucking Earth Ganassi was up to something. The moment I saw him, I knew things weren't right.
I have to share, like, Helena had this moment where she was just like, I kick Argyle into the circle. But that was just like, it was like she had like the she had the most intrusive thought ever, and then just let it slide through. But I was so amused. I was like, okay.
That'd be great.
That would be so sad. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'm gonna follow Ulan there. Might as well follow where he goes. Let's go.
As soon as you take both feet inside the circle, poof, you're on.
Yeah, we jumped through.
You get through the other side, and what you see is, where did my notes go? You were surrounded by Helena, Krez, Nymphius, Simon, who in this vision of you seeing him is very rotted and like almost like a zombie looking Simon. And then they all begin one at a time yelling at you. They all start reaching towards you, and you try to get them to stop, but it's like you can't move. You try to fight away, but you can't move. The only things that you seem to be able to be in control of is your breathing. But what you usually do, which is holding your breath because you're not going to breathe in any more spores, it seems like you've lost the ability to not need oxygen. It's almost like you rely on it now.
I'm gonna hold my breath as long as I can till I pass out. I am not breathing.
And yeah, essentially all of your party members are just kind of like saying things like, "You were never our friend. We just wanted you to carry all of our stuff."
Carry my crap.
We don't like you.
Argyle's gonna start
You're useless. All you do is cause trouble.
Krez would be like, I'd eat you if you died.
Argyle's gonna be like kind of cowering, crippling down, and just like trying to hide from this.
All you do is cause trouble that we have to clean up.
You never bury your turds when we're out camping.
Oh my god, that's great.
Cogsworth steps in it all the time. I have to clean it.
And it's funny because even Cogsworth's there, and he's just like, "You make me step in your shit."
He just looks at you and shakes his head in shame.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
No. All right. So now that you're stuck in that nightmare realm, Krez, it's your turn. You watched Ulan walk into this teleportation circle, disappear. You still can't find the other jesters, but then you also watched Argyle step in and disappear. What are you gonna do?
Well, Ulan's gone, Argyle's gone, those things are gone. Wonder what happened if I would cut one of these circles. And I walk over to one that has Yeah, because you said there's multiple circles on the floor, right?
Yes, there seems to be 6 of them.
Okay. in one of the circles that nobody walked through, I go and I use my greatsword and cut from the ground and push a line through the circle.
Okay, you go to try and like cut out this circle, but it resembles the strength of steel as your blade touches it.
It does what again?
Unfazed. It's
Unfazed
like
by
it's almost like you just hit a piece of metal.
a piece of metal.
He's saying you can't break it with your sword.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
But it's a magical weapon.
You strike the seal. It's like I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
It's like this is magic, but this is more magic. Is there anything else you'd like to try and do?
And look back at Helena and be like, should I go?
I do like Ulan.
I step into the circle.
Okay, so you step in, and kind of similar experience. You disappear. Everybody else is watching you go disappear, and you enter into a very familiar sight. This reminds you of your childhood home, and you are standing just in the doorway of your sister Crestia, or as you would know her as Serena, or as she go by everyone else. She is in bed, and she looks very sick. And she looks to you and says, "Chris, is that is that you?"
Prez being
And
dumb as anything is absolutely like, yes, absolutely me.
And like as she pulls her hand away from her mouth from her coughing, you realize that her skin and all of her flesh around her bottom jaw is gone. And on the other side of her hand where she was coughing is also like rotted flesh. And she just looks at you with an open expression and she says, "You never came back for me, Krez. I waited for you. You never came back."
Prez will recall into his memories. Like, no, you went to church and began your studies. You are now a daughter of Sarenrae. I didn't need to come back for you.
She just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. She will add in. She says, "The Everlight refused to guide me. I went looking for you for help, and you never came back."
No. Never came looking for me. You're still at the temple. Granted, I went to Tiamat and you went to the Everlight. But this isn't real. I may be dumb, but I know this is not how my memories played out.
And at that point, we will cut back to Lithius Grom. Now 3 of your companions have walked through these circles and disappeared. The jesters themselves are also gone.
I still got this detect magic going, so do I detect anything that I normally wouldn't be able to see?
You said detect magic, right?
Yes, I have that going still.
So yes, this is when they step through, you can feel and see even the energy surging, kind of like coming to life as they disappear. But also, since I feel like this would kind of come into effect, give me a perception check, please.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Good. Okay, so as you did notice this with your detect magic going up, as they have been stepping through. They disappear in a flash, but you have been also seeing, like, scanning around, trying to find out where these jesters have been. Every time somebody steps through, they're visible for like half a second, almost like a lightning flash in a dark room.
Okay. What would happen if I were to try and dispel magic on one of these circles?
You would know that the magic there would be broken.
Would they get
But
stuck on
what
the other
you
side
do
where
also,
they're at?
that's what you also know, is that there's a possibility that they could get stuck on the other side.
Okay. All right, I'll step in.
All right, so you step into one of the portals. Is that what you're trying to do?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you step in, have Waters and Helena, you watch Lithius just go disappear. Inside your world is this looks like your normal house. You're in the workout, or you're in the workroom. You're working on something kind of like an automaton, maybe like another kind of like Cogsworth 2.0 or maybe even 3.0 at this point. You look into a mirror that's off nearby, and you can tell that this is somewhat in the future, in that you've aged a little bit, and it's visible at this point. And you're not really paying much attention to anything. You're just kind of working your table, and finally you hear your mother come in behind you and say, and exclaim, and say, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing to yourself?"
I know,
And you
right?
look
I'm still
down.
living at my mama's house. How old am I?
Well, you look down and you realize that your legs are gone. Your whole bottom half is gone, and it has been replaced with an entire body of a spider.
Oh, that's
And
garbage.
you realize at some point, somehow, some way, that you have made the choice to turn yourself into some kind of automaton spider of some sort, kind of like Wild Wild West-esque kind of thing.
That's out there. But I could live with it. Fair enough.
Okay.
Does it look
At that
like,
point-
because I know I'm probably dreaming this or something. I'm smart enough to know that.
Yeah, you
So-
can, like, walking in, you already knew that this was something magical. So you look down at that, and it's like everybody else was surprised by what was going on, because you had a good handle on what was actually happening. You're just kind of like, oh wow, this is trippy. I don't like this.
Is my detect magic still going on in here?
Yes. In this room, you can see one of the jesters sitting on a shelf, like kind of high up behind you. He's just laughing at you.
Fucking
But
elf
he's-
on a shelf.
All right.
Sorry.
Can I know my turn's gone on long enough. Can I attack him or no?
I will say that you can attack him next turn.
Sure.
Dealing with all the stuff that was in here, he kind of like came up at the last minute.
Sure. Then that's I will try to do that next turn and make sure Cogsworth knows mentally where he's at.
Okay, so back in the material plane, Helena and Habwaters, you are sitting in the inside of this tent alone, or so you think.
Sword drawn.
Swords ready, kind of attentive to what's going on around you. Almost like out of nowhere, Helena, this tiny little jester dress thing appears out of nowhere, and he makes 2 attacks at you
Okay.
with your fucking 20 AC.
I haven't
All
even
right,
gone
that
shopping
one's gonna
yet.
hit. So the one's going to hit you. You're going to take 9 slashing damage plus
I'm resistant to
15.
necrotic.
Yeah, so resistance will bring you down to 8.
So
And that
nice
8
it
will be
is.
taken off your
17? Sorry.
Yep.
I'm like,
You're fine. And the 8 will be taken off your max HP until you finish a long rest.
okay.
And then the last thing that he's going to do, he's going to look at you and say, you know what, I think it's funny that I'm going to feast on your friends' fear. And I need you to make me a wisdom save, Helena.
What's the save?
It's a DC 17.
So I have to. Okay. I get. And is this for frightened or
This
Or
is
charmed or anything
not to
like
be
that?
frightened. This is to be incapacitated.
Okay, cool. Because I'm immune to magical sleep and some other stuff too.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
Right. So that would be a 28.
Jesus fucking Christ, you have a plus 10?
I do.
Oh my god. Okay, cool.
Paladin. What?
Now I know a wisdom save for you, even if you roll a 7, is a fucking success. Jesus.
You should look at my charisma save.
So yeah, he starts laughing after he tells you what he says, but you're just kind of like, you immediately are like, that's not funny.
Correct.
And
And is it my turn yet?
It is not. The other jester is going to make his appearance again at Have Waters is going to make some attacks.
It was
First
8
attack's going to hit.
Max HP.
So Have Waters, you're going to take 10 slashing damage.
You hit a 21?
Yes, he did. And then you're going to also take another 13 necrotic damage.
Okay, wait a minute. 13 necrotic damage is the damage?
Plus another 10. So far it's been a total of 23 damage.
Damage, okay.
And now he's going to make his second attack. And don't forget, the necrotic damage that you took from the last part of that, the 13, that's going to come off your max HP until the end of a long rest. Cool.
How do I do
Second
that?
attack will be a critical hit. You should be able to go to, if you go on your sheet, and you can change your max HP, just change it, just essentially just take what the necrotic damage was and subtract that from your max HP. Just keep in mind what your HP is. I'm on the wrong character sheet. Yeah, so essentially you just go to your HP and take away from your HP modifier.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
And then, if I heard you correctly saying critical hit, I will use the Guardian Emblem to cancel that.
Yep, that's why I said it, because I want you to use your stuff.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, the only reason why I want you to use it is because I know you can only do it so many times a day, and I'm hoping to push you to your end so I can finally start critting on you guys.
Sorry.
It's okay. So with the second attack, it's going to do 15 slashing damage base to you, Hab.
Is he within like 5 feet of me by chance?
Any more points of damage?
Yes. And then an additional 14 necrotic damage.
What's the total? Give me the total first.
Okay, so out of both of those attacks, with all the damage totaled up, it would be 52 damage.
No, that's from the last strike. I'm talking about the last strike. Yeah,
14.
14. Okay. Okay. All right.
All right.
Wow.
All
I should have
right.
gotten around to buying those healing potions.
I mean, this fun day at the carnival. Helena, now it is your turn.
I'm going to attack the one in front of me, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then are they? The only reason I'm asking this is because I want to make sure I'm rolling the right one. They're not like undead; they're just like normal dudes, right?
Oh no, they're undead.
Oh, then it's a,
You look down at them, and what they resembled as jesters before, they seem to be also skeletons.
all right, cool. What a shitty fucking roll.
Oh my god, yeah, it was.
I know, right?
It's different when you guys aren't getting advantage all the time.
All right,
Just
that's
kidding.
better. So that's
Yeah,
27.
there we go.
And this is 5 radiant, but I'm gonna dump a divine smite into that at we'll do 2nd level.
Okay.
Is what? 3, 4, 3. You would think I would know these things by now. I've been playing this for a while. 2d8 plus for 1st level, 2nd level is 3d8. Alright, so 3d8. Okay, that was much better. With 18 radiant on top of the 5 radiant from Dawnbringer.
Okay.
But 2 attacks and then bonus action. Oh no, that's just a bonus action.
Yeah.
I will do Shield of
Can you
Faith
do Shield of
on
Faith?
yeah. Shield of Faith
Nice.
on Hab.
Okay. And that would bring us to Hab Waters.
Hab, your AC goes up by 2.
Up by 2. Okay. All right. Now, it's my actions, correct?
Yes, it is now your turn.
Okay. Okay. First off, attack. All right. All
That's
right.
good, Van. But yes.
Total of 27.
Okay. That'll hit.
That's 3 plus
6 is 9.
3 plus
The fire damage.
2d6 plus 5. That's a total of 8 points of damage. Right, for that first attack. Second attack,
All right.
there's a 17 hit.
That's not going to hit.
That's not going to hit. Wow, okay, wow. All right. But that was it. That was my
All
all
right.
exciting things.
Cool. All right, cool. That'll bring us to Ulan. You are still in this alternate universe where you don't seem to have any control of your body, but you also see this mind flare getting closer and closer to you. And the memories of what happened last time with an encounter like this are very chilling. I will have you make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 11.
Oof. Okay, so let me just make a note of that really quick. All right. So yeah, you try to sit and tell yourself that this is not real. This can't be real. Is it? You try to move yourself to try and get away, but you remain stuck where you're at. As this mind flayer gets close enough to get into or to get you in its grasp, its tentacles writhing on your face in a very unsettling, unfamiliar feeling. Argyle.
With everything going
You-
on. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, you're in this world holding your breath for dear life. At the same time, this conglomerate insulting you.
I'm gonna be
No,
I'm gonna be like gripping my head there, internally panicking, just kind of like, go away, and then I'm just gonna shout,
yeah,
leave me alone, while activating my Twilight Domain or Twilight Sanctuary Channel Divinity, and
okay.
it grants temporary hit points of 1d6 plus 2, and then end one of the effects on myself, causing myself to be charmed or frightened.
Okay. Okay. So
So
yeah,
I'm gonna.
you do this, and immediately, like all of the visions of Prez and Helena and Lithius and even Cogsworth, all sitting there, they immediately start trying to stop you from doing what you're doing, saying things like, "No, you fool! You can't stop this! Stop! You're weak." But you manage to get this spell off, and it's like they all start to melt and disappear like water down the shower drain into nothingness. And you get a good blink, and you find yourself standing in the middle of the big top that you were in, but it's empty. There's nobody here, and the place looks deserted. And with that, it will go to Krez. You are in your own personal universe with your sister, and she's now gotten up out of bed that she was laying in before, and she's walking towards you, but you can see that her body is rotting with every step that she takes, saying things like, why didn't you come back for me? Why? And I'll have Krez make me a wisdom saving throw.
19.
Okay. So you try to sit here and tell yourself that this isn't real, that this is just a bad dream. But she keeps making progress towards you.
God damn, what, I need a natural 20 to survive this shit? The fuck?
Oh, no, you're not taking any damage. This is just like you being stuck here for now.
But like the only thing I could literally roll higher than a 19 is a natural 20 because I have a +0 modifier. What the fuck do I need to get out of this shit?
Essentially, the way that it works is like every time it happens, it gets easier. It's almost like the magic is working its way.
What the fuck
And with
was
that,
Never mind. Good.
I guess that was kind of a broken mechanic because I didn't realize that you didn't have the possibility to get anything higher than what I needed. I might have to rework this when we get back to this next week.
Oh wait, what was the DC for me on this round?
Well, technically the DC was 25
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be there
because
for
it was
a while.
supposed to be like, yeah, because it was supposed to be like damn near impossible. But as it gets going on and they get satiated from your fear, it starts to get easier because it's almost like they got what they wanted and they're almost done with you.
As if
That makes sense.
If this Krez is afraid at this particular moment, get the hell out of here. Anyway, yep. Go continue.
Actually, that's where I'm gonna hold it off for tonight. I've written down what everything is right now, and I have it saved in the encounter builder. But it is getting towards that time.
It is.
So, what'd you guys think of my Fear Carnival?
It's fun. It's interesting. Is that why you were asking us that question?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I had a bit of a feeling. That's why I walked into that. I was like, "Fuck it, let's see what he has planned."
That's
Yep.
nice.
So what's our greatest fears?
See, that's the thing. I got everybody's written down. The only persons I didn't get was Habs because at that point I'd asked Simon what his worst fears were, but unfortunately he didn't live that long.
Dragons.
Yeah, yeah. Dragons.
Yeah, currently it's dragons right now.
Yeah, everybody doesn't like dragons.
I will end my stream there and upload